holding on. I know I'm holding on to this, holding on. Don't let me repeat it. Don't let me repeat it. Fast forward a year or two, friends have changed, but so can you. So can you. For too long about the mistakes, while I resent, I learned to hate. Forgot your names. Fear the struggle to follow on. Need to focus to prove you're wrong. I'm not wrong. I know I'm holding on to this, holding on. I know I'm holding on to this, holding on. Don't let me repeat it. Don't let me repeat it. I know I'm holding on to this, holding on, holding on, holding on,
Looking for an orange-coloured beer to be like, oh, I'm with the Giants tonight, or like theme it in somehow. The only thing I could find is like the awful Coopers, and I was like, I'm not that desperate.
I need to turn that down. Yeah, I've got red for the Bombers, I suppose.
Okay, are you on the Bombers tonight?
No.
Thank God.
It's being played at Marvel, isn't it?
Yeah, I think
Yeah, it's
so.
not the MCG.
Yeah.
Welcome, everybody. It's the watch party.
We're
Footy
back.
Rivals Watch
We're
party.
back for our final Thursday night game of the season, is it? I believe.
I think it is the final Thursday night game for the season,
Right.
which is unfortunate, which means
Yes, because
we
we
last time that we're going to do
thoroughly
this.
enjoyed these.
Unless we happen to book some time off or something to be able to do something at the end of the year. I think we will be doing something during the finals at the very least. But,
for sure. Yeah.
Essendon versus GWS. We've got, 4 minutes until bounce down.
Your thoughts?
Essendon need to come out and put on a better display. To be honest, Essendon actually need to win this game.
Yeah, they
to
do.
Stay in touch with the top 8.
It's actually crucial, which sounds funny after watching them last week. It's kind of like a fizzer from their performance last week. Hasn't really hyped the game up much, but they do need to win. It's quite crucial.
Yeah,
so
and
they need a response.
That, GWS need to win.
Yeah.
To solidify their spot in the top 4 as well.
Yes, that they do.
Because if they drop this, they'll probably no longer be a game clear in the top 4.
No, I wouldn't think so, would they? Like, where do they sit coming into this? Are they third or fourth or
They're
something? Third after
They're
Collingwood beat the Dogs last week.
Yeah, so it goes Geelong 1 game clear in first spot.
Yeah.
Collingwood a game clear of third and fourth.
Yeah.
Percentage separates West Coast and GWS in third and fourth.
Okay.
And then it's Adelaide a game
that's
further
right.
back.
Yeah.
So,
And then the rat race for the 8, really.
Yeah.
So, yeah, interesting game for ladder implications. I mean, always is when you've got a finals team going against a finals contender.
It's an 8-point game for both teams, really.
Yeah, to bridge something. In terms of how you think the game will play out, what are you expecting / hoping to see? What do you think sort of gets the certain team over the line? Whoever you're tipping, I'm guessing it's GWS.
I think GWS will win, but I think it's going to be a similar kind of loss for Essendon as what it was with West Coast, except the score margin will actually reflect the kind of loss that it should be.
Yeah, instead of like a proper belting, Essendon may be a little more competitive, yet still lose by a similar margin.
Now, I'm hoping that's not the case, obviously. It's Thursday Night Footy. We're hoping for a good game.
Yeah, we want a good one.
I really hope that the Essendon, the fast-paced Essendon comes out. Because if they come out, they'll really trouble GWS.
Well, they were screwed from the start against West Coast because of West Coast structure. It wasn't about winning footy. It wasn't about playing with speed or anything. It was literally West Coast setting up behind the ball and destroying them. Yeah. I don't know if GWS can do the same thing. I don't know if they have that in them. Like, that's been a staple of West Coast game for some time. I don't know if that's
the
what GWS have
things.
with them.
I think GWS have the ability to put on high pressure.
Yeah, definitely.
Which West Coast certainly did around the ball, which then helped their structures. I'm not sure GWS is as structured behind the ball.
Yeah.
But I think they can apply a higher level of pressure than what West Coast can.
On the ball, okay. I would agree with that, but that also makes me wonder that if Essendon can just find some footy, I think it's easier to break away from pressure on the ball than break through a press that's choked you out for 3 quarters. Yeah. So I'd say that they have a better shot to be competitive, like you said before.
Yes.
Individually, I'm looking for more from, and this sounds funny to say because he probably was one of their better stats players last week. I mean, but Heppel faded in and out of the game last week.
I don't think Heppel had a good game last week.
I think he's got to, show a little more, definitely.
If we, Essendon, win, I think you and the rest of the footy world will be surprised.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what to call you, actually.
Jasimile?
Jasimile? I'm not 100% sure, I'm sorry.
What if we just go with J or
J,
1, 2, 3,
J
4?
works. No, J works.
J's good.
We'll go with J. Don't forget, everyone that's in the chat at the moment, make sure you leave us a like on the video or stream.
Thanks so much for rocking up early guys. Pre-game.
We can experience this.
I feel like, third time lucky, we've got our stuff together a little more.
What happened to McGovern? That's probably a discussion that needs to take place at halftime.
Yeah, I would think so.
We don't have enough time to actually get into it.
Given we're already in the huddles, and that I feel like you've got some thoughts to share with us.
Yes. So, and to be fair, I don't think I'm the only one.
No, I don't think by any stretch you're the only one. I'm excited to watch Tim Taranto tonight.
Yeah, definitely. He's had a big year.
I think from their team lineup, from what I saw, he's starting on the bench. But when he comes into the game, super excited to get an actual look at him and follow him around,
I'm interested to see a full game of his.
Yeah. I don't get the chance to watch GWS much. I mean, I don't think either of us would get the chance to actually sit down and watch GWS much. So that's kind of what I'm excited about tonight, being able to sit down and take a look at some individual players like maybe a Taranto or a Canelio or something like that, just how they operate for 4 straight quarters.
What I'm most happy about is the fact that the emotion has been taken out of the game for me this week.
Yeah.
I think I can react a bit more positively to things as opposed to just being caught up in the moment. Hey, Andrew, no worries, mate. I'm sure you'll pop in at times.
Enjoy the game, mate. Hopefully it's a good one for you.
Yeah. Bell James with the win.
And there we go. Essendon winning some footy early. Merit.
A handball involved early is good.
Should be noted that Essendon actually started quite well against West Coast for the first 10 minutes last week too.
But that was about it, really. They lost control
They
of the
did
game
lose control
from
after
there.
that, but that start was sort of there that they would have been looking for. After 10 minutes, they probably felt okay. And then after 20, they felt dismal.
So we've both tipped GWS.
Yeah, I've got them by, I'd say, roughly around 5 goals.
I would be very interested to know the crowd figures tonight, though.
Yeah, this is something that we've talked about a fair bit. I mean, plays a big part in the way GWS have sort of had their season play out. Can't really rock up in the big games, so very interested to see what they can do. It doesn't look like there's too many people there.
No, it's not a packed out stadium, that's for sure. It's holding the ball. That's a
bit of an ugly handball.
Great handball. Yeah, that works.
And that'll be saved. Okay.
Works.
So Essendon pushing though, sort of a little cleaner from McDonald, Tip and Woody there, and maybe have a really good shot on goal.
What about the round? We'll go through the rest of the tips of the round at the end of the stream, at the end of the game.
Actually, we're back to 9 games this week.
We are, yeah. There's actually some talk about having just one bye round next
yeah, there was a player that gave voice to that. I can't remember who it was though. He's got it.
Oh, I thought they hooked around the ball.
Excellent snap goal.
Yeah.
Dylan
What
Shield
did they do there?
gets the first against his former team.
It looks like Shaw might have messed up.
Yeah, bad kick out by the look of it. But yeah, no, one bye round. What do you think? Yay or nay?
I don't know. I quite like the 3 bye rounds because it means there's always footy on. The bye round at the end of the year, between the end of home and away season and the finals, is the worst week on the footy calendar.
Because you just want to get into the finals.
It's so long until the next game comes along.
Yeah.
I don't know. And I never liked the bye round in the 2000s. When no footy was played at all either.
Yeah.
So,
the spectator in me totally agrees with you. I think 3 bye rounds is actually structured quite well.
The fantasy player in me doesn't like it.
No, yeah. I would be happy to take the 3 weeks off fantasy and just not play.
Well, some
leagues do that.
It depends on how your league is set up.
All right, I'm going to need to speak to my friends about this.
GWS are looking off.
Yeah, I know they haven't got anywhere near the footy yet. That is terrible.
That's an ordinary decision by Shield.
Vintage Dylan Shield, isn't it? Run through the middle, look spectacular, and then clanger. Good pressure. That was very ordinary. That ruined what looked like an excellent.
It was a very ordinary decision. Why would he?
We're doing well. Yes, Jay.
Very well, yeah.
Certainly
Pressure is on.
So well.
It's just whether they can sustain it for an entire quarter to start with.
Yeah, and this is where, like, that thing that Shield just did, it's like, a team like GWS isn't going to give you those clangers. You can't give them the clangers.
Well, you'd think not, but GWS at times this year have been woeful as well. So
they're either hot or very cold.
Which GWS has rocked up and which Essendon has rocked up.
So far, it looks like the cold one, because that did not look like a promising entry inside 50. This man's running everywhere at the moment. Tip and Woody's got a fair bit of the footy. And that's a good kick. You've got
over
a
the
man
top,
on over the top. Oh, no.
He's taken too long. He's going to go there now, but it could have been an uncontested mark.
Oh! What is he called?
That's kicking in danger, right? Yeah,
He's called a mark for GWS, okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I thought maybe a chop of the arms might have been called, but maybe not. I didn't think it was a mark.
I'm not sure that was a mark.
Yeah.
I thought maybe it was kicking in danger for a second there.
Yeah, take your pick.
Michael Walters is playing this week, yes.
That is right, Docker fan.
And that
is right. Thank the Lord.
I don't not agree with the Walters decision.
Yeah.
To an extent.
Yeah, okay. Fair enough.
It's the whole argument of outcome versus intent.
Yeah, it is. If
the tribunal was the way, and if the MRO was the way that it my opinion, it should be with intent being
Intent
more valuable than outcome. Then Walters probably doesn't play this year.
In this instance, I'm obviously happy that it's not, but I do totally agree with you. I think intent, if you want to set a standard, intent's got to be the priority. As we see Bell Chambers take a nice cut-off mark there in front of Mumford.
We'll have a talk about all of that this week. Nick Nat is playing in the Derby next week. He's playing this week, actually.
Watched him.
I am so happy about
Watched him get on the plane at the airport. The footage there, about a bazillion cameras looking at him go up an escalator. Got off it healthy, no knee problems from the escalator, so that's good.
He is one of, if not the most exciting player in the competition.
I think just the way he captures people. He doesn't even actually have to play decent games, but the way that he's, as a person and as a figure,
he's
captivates
very humble
people.
Person as well. Yeah,
it's very very good.
Helps
for the,
his cause.
Good for the competition.
He also signed a 3-year deal during the week as well.
He did. Big news. Somewhat under the radar news because he's been so injured.
Yeah, some people say it's a stupid idea, but I think it's very, very good.
I think it's
because even if he does get injured for the entire 3 years, his marketing capability more than makes up for the club.
I think in terms of saying marketing as well, I think winning a flag does wonders. It gives you flexibility in signing players. It gives you flexibility in making moves on anything, coaching, whatever you want to do. You've basically got 4 years where your fans can lean back and go, well, we won that flag, so, who cares? And look at the Bulldogs. It's exactly what they're doing. So
that's an interesting... Yeah. I would have thought that was not right.
Kind of a chaos game.
Toby Green in the midfield. He is for now. We'll see how long he stays there.
Got any? Who have you got in this game in your fantasy side?
I've got Canelio. I've got Heppel. No, not Heppel. Zerrett. Zach Merritt.
Yeah.
I think that's it, actually. I had Stein, but he's not playing.
I've got no Bombers, but Canelio's my captain, which I'm quite happy about at the moment. And I've also got Jeremy Cameron.
Yeah, Cameron.
Yeah, he had a big few weeks for me a while ago.
Start of the year.
He's been
poor since then.
I haven't really had the chance to get rid of him, to be honest.
The only two players I've ever had in my forward line that have been key position players over the years, this year's the exception, has been Buddy Franklin and Josh Kennedy.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
When they were up and about and kicking lots of goals.
Yeah, he is the only key I've got, and I just really haven't had the chance to get rid of him yet. So I'm hoping for like an 8-goal bag. It'd be nice, Jeremy.
Okay, I don't know why he's telling me that. I wonder who they lost.
I don't know. Can anyone in the comments tell us who the Bombers lost in the warm-up? Defender? Was it Hooker? I haven't seen Hooker out there. Who I would be hoping was, supposed to take Cameron.
Or not, you don't want Cameron to be taken?
No, I'd be happy if Hooker got injured.
Oh, jeez, that is running.
Fantasy points just gone begging.
That is running the gauntlet, that is. That's a good pickup.
Oh, he's got to have someone on to go that quickly.
Strange decision when you've got 3 other Bombers in and around you. Shocking bounces, and he's lost control of the ball.
Here we go. Oh, good
Great smother.
Fantastic smother.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jay, it is a good game so far. It's been up and down, pretty entertaining, pretty fast.
Couldn't quite get him. Great basketball bounce.
Potential free kick. They let it go.
I would say that's holding the man.
Yeah, he did get slung after the action. Certainly callable.
Sard goes through. Leaves
does what Sard does. Puts it to a dangerous spot, but all GWS.
That's Williams,
look at it.
He's just panicking with the ball. Yeah, that's an easy spot.
Yeah,
that's fair enough. That's probably a good win for GWS.
Yeah, good percentage play sort of for Essendon to put it to a stop, and then GWS will take the stoppage.
Outside of 50, yeah.
not really. Like, I'm trying to pick a side that might be running in a bit more numbers at the moment, but both have sort of started quite
Those are
even in
good
that
hands.
regard.
Opens up the middle, goes through the middle, just over the top, but he's...
Gonna get it?
No.
Oh, he's hit the post.
It was good play. Probably should have just raised the eyes. He had someone running in support. Gonna go by. All right, no worries, Jay. Thanks for coming in. See you next time.
My brother Troy is watching, and he's letting us know that we are miles behind from his feed. So, bear with us.
Our feed is 13
Yeah,
seconds.
we're using
it's
the
13 seconds behind.
we're using the live app, so that'll tend to happen.
Any multis on tonight, lads? No, RJ. No, I don't.
No.
I don't even have Sportsbet on my phone anymore.
I don't have a betting account on my phone. I'll make the odd first goal scorer bet, and that's about all I'll do. But if I was a betting man tonight, maybe the GWS 1 to 24, maybe 1 to 39. I don't know. Not my forte.
The Gamer. It's great to see 6 viewers while all the rest are on Caden's. Yeah, you're not wrong. But, Caden's got, 30,000 subs or something, so that's to be expected, to be honest.
We'll get there.
Do you know what? I quite like the smaller streams anyway, because you can actually talk to all of the viewers.
Yeah.
As opposed to not even really talking to anybody. So...
So GWS, I mean, had that
they're having trouble.
opportunity-
They're having trouble getting going.
Yeah.
But they've got some good control of the ball at the moment, though. See, and this is good.
Yeah, control a bit of possession.
Just slow the tempo
I mean,
down.
and this
Because
is-
the fast game, I think, is suiting Essendon right now.
Yeah, and West Coast necessarily, like they sort of slowed it down and played the tempo to their needs last
That's
week, and that crippled
dangerous.
Essendon.
That's 50. There,
Yes,
there's
it
50.
will
There
be.
you go. You can't. That's another 50. That is another
That
50.
had to have been a second 50.
I actually thought Giants were going to win by 80 with my predictions. Well, we're not there yet.
Yeah, still good. What are we, 10 minutes in? I wouldn't put it past him. Cornelio hasn't had a touch for roughly 5 or 6 minutes. Probably nothing to be concerned about, but my fantasy team would like him to get motoring a little more.
Okay. It should have been a 100-metre penalty.
Yeah,
but
it should have.
It
It
is
was
what it
infringed.
is.
Yeah.
Finlayson's generally a pretty good shot for goal.
I'm going to take your word for it.
It's straight in front, so if he misses this...
Yeah, that's good. It's a... Oh, no, it's not. It's a second poster.
Essendon
Okay.
bring out the worst in goal kickers, apparently.
Yeah.
Happened last week.
Certainly, yeah, it did too. God, it happened to a bad extent last week.
Shh.
It's in the past. Not much played up the middle so far. That's another 50.
Wow,
That's gotta be a
they're being
50.
super undisciplined.
Yeah, Essendon...
Super undisciplined.
they, GWS have sort of had the play for the last 5 minutes and not scored, and now they're...
Here's a man that doesn't kick many goals.
Well, yeah, good point.
I think maybe in his career he's kicked 4. I
Look-
want to say. We'll hear it.
If it rings true that Essendon put the hops on teams in front of goals, Phil Davis is about to kick it backwards.
He's like, what's the routine here, guys? Yeah, you want to?
What is it? 6 goals.
What do we do?
6 goals from
I was
155
close.
games.
I was close.
Yeah.
Notch up. Goal number 7.
7. There it is, and they take the lead. Okay.
He's like, I don't know where I am. This looks like a familiar part of the ground, but I'm facing the wrong way.
So, disposals-wise, how are we going? Zach Williams has got 7.
Let's go
Kelly
disposals.
6.
All right, Green on 7.
Green,
There you go.
okay.
But he's only on 19 fantasy points, so he's not actually doing anything with the ball.
Yeah.
I wanted to bring Williams back into my team, but I didn't. Kelly is on the go. Cornelio's on the go. Top 4 disposal winners on the ground are Giants. So you can see that they could definitely...
Obviously, Merritt and Shield there are
control.
equal with Cornelio, but on 5. But yeah, that's something Essendon needs to address quickly. They've got to win the footy. Their strength lies in that Merritt, Shield, Heppel combo.
Yeah,
that's what they've got to win there.
It hasn't been great this year, though.
No. By no means is it a strength, but it's their strength, if that makes any sense.
That was a good bump. The toxicity around me is insane. Well, Andrew, that's kind of to be expected. And there's going to be background noise because the shower's running. That's annoying.
What have you made of Darcy Parish over the past couple of weeks?
Good, yeah, he's been very good.
I think he's been good. Sort of stepping into a role that they would hope he steps into soon.
His development's been slow.
Yeah, it has, yeah.
That's good, hold up.
And here we go, Heppel's out on the wing.
There's no coverage from the teammates, though.
And he sends it to a dangerous spot. Oh,
wow!
Oh, there's many hands on it.
If that was a mark to the Giants earlier on in the game, that has to be a mark to the Bombers.
Yeah, I would think so. Congrats to Zaharakis, a goal in his 200th.
There you go.
Game number 200 for David Zaharakis tonight.
It's not bad. Not bad for a long... I feel like he's... when did he start? I think maybe...
2008 or something?
Somewhere around there, right?
Yeah, maybe.
Hello, Just Mad Eye. Welcome.
And while we're addressing commenters, anyone who's got the debut year of David Zaharakis, send it to us because it does feel like he's been around for ages.
Yeah, well, it was, 2011 Anzac Day that he really... Or was it 2009 Anzac Day? I can't remember. It's the day that...
I think it was like 11.
Winning goal
like 11 or
like
12,
that.
Somewhere around there.
Because I'm pretty sure he was...
definitely there when Joe Watson... didn't win his Brownlow in 2010, I suppose.
Joe Watson was 2012.
Was it 2012? Oh, Dane Swan was 2010. Right, okay.
No, Chris Judd was 2010, Swan was 2011.
Jesus Christ, I'm all over the shelf.
And then Ablett was 2013.
Right.
He debuted 2009. Yeah, I thought 2009 was right, but I wasn't sure. I'm assuming you're a Bombers fan, Mad Eye, if you could just pull that out of the top of your head. It's good positioning.
Good mark.
I just subbed. Thank you, Mad Eye. Thank you for the sub. Appreciate it. He's a Crows fan. Oh, all right. Well, there you go. You're just a bundle of footy knowledge then. Wow, this is...
You and Joel will get on like a house on fire.
What a save by Davis!
Amazing. He's kicking goals, saving goals. Oh! Fantastic. Phil Davis, take a bow.
What a gun.
Oh, my God.
Jesus.
That was fantastic. Saved a certain goal and
because
his side's only goal kicker.
With the ball.
Yes. Yeah, they asked for it.
Got a 12-leg multi paying out 176. Nice. No, I looked it up. Well, you looked that up pretty goddamn fast, didn't you? I sent him a link from my stream. All right, nice. Thank you, gamer. Appreciate that, man. More people that we get around. I know that I said before, the smaller streams you can interact with people more personally, but we want to grow as well.
Hey, viewers, we want viewers too. Yeah, the more the merrier.
Over the top, bad hand pass.
Yeah, Essendon unclean.
GWS
should be
no one to kick to though.
Should be 2 goals up, really. I mean, this is a hell of a run into danger.
I know, straight to the middle, but
look
how many Bombers you got around. Yeah, this is a problem.
I don't know what that achieved outside of just staying down the line. I don't know what you got out of that. Fortunately, they're set up in the back 50. Oh, when he's hunting.
Oh, you silly man. Just get rid of the ball.
You're begging for
you
it.
had people free and open to pass to.
You've got the number here, really. I mean, and
Phil Davis again.
he's BOG
He's
so far.
clutch.
He
He's
is
clutch
killing it
city.
so far. Oh, and this man.
Sides away.
Oh, that is a
He's
highlight.
got so
That's
much
a super
space.
highlight.
What?
What a play! You gotta be kidding.
Davis is furious because he set that up and they messed it up.
You know, it's lucky Orazio took it because I think Tipungwuti was free and Saad probably should have gone to him.
Oh, he was kicking full pelt. He's not free.
No, okay, no, he wasn't
made himself free
Sorry.
after the ball went away. But
Deceptively unfree.
that's one way to put it.
Amazing mark, nonetheless, and wow, Adam Saad. That was a highlight and a half.
Yeah, the Bombers are
Sneaks it
here. The Bombers are
they're a
here
different
to play.
They're a different side from last week. Being home probably helps, and not playing against the structure of West Coast certainly looks like it's helping.
The Giants need quarter time to restructure.
Yeah.
They've come into the game, I feel, a bit softer.
Traditionally,
They
not
need
a
to
team
hard-
that
they
travels
need to harden
well
up.
too,
No.
so they need to fix this soon.
This ad is so out of character for Paul Roos.
And almost, I don't cringe.
I don't know.
Footy ads are not good ads.
I don't know. He's just such a straight-laced, down-the-line person.
Yeah.
And this ad doesn't
I
suit him
don't want
at
to
all.
see him smile ever.
That is definitely a
that's
highlight.
a huge highlight.
That's
play.
got to be one of the plays of the year.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Sure.
Saad had like 10 extra meters of space to run in if he wanted to.
Oh, yeah.
And here they go again.
That's a long kick.
Thought maybe Fantasia caught one over the shoulder a little bit there, but
He's doesn't look good. Is he playing it up or is he actually hurt? I'm from South Australia. Oh, there you go. Well, welcome, South Aussie. We're based in WA.
yes. If you couldn't tell.
Hence the Footy Rivals theme. Yes, that's right.
Dropping the ball.
Take it out.
Any danger?
Yeah, that's strange. Take it out and
Yeah.
reset your structures.
They've been bad at that, hey? It's almost like they're just adamant to take the game on in places where you just shouldn't
That's
be.
without the ball. He never had possession of that.
Well, they've called high. Have they?
Well, it's either high or without the ball.
I think it's a GWS free, is it?
I don't understand that, though.
Oh, no, it's an
No, it's
Essendon
different
free.
ways.
Okay. High.
Oh, it's a high on merit, is it?
Yeah, I think so. You could have taken your pick. I think they got Tipungwuti high
Yeah.
as well, yeah.
All right, Merritt, kick the goal.
He certainly does. Oh, no,
He's on the line. Not
What was
enough
that?
height. No, he didn't curl. Up high, you can curl it around
Yeah.
more. He didn't get. Not good purchase on the ball. He got the tail end of it too much.
yeah. That's bad when you're like 20 metres out. Come on, man. Hey, Ronnie, how are ya?
Welcome back, Jay, and g'day, Ronnie. How are you, mate? Welcome. That's a weird kick from Bell Chambers. I
I
suppose
feel like
he
Bill
knows they're
Chambers
set up.
I feel like Bill Chambers is destroying Mumford at the moment.
He's absolutely wrecking. Mumford
Yeah.
has not been good this year.
No.
There's a strange signing.
Yeah. Funny rumour during the week. Well,
That's a block, right?
Yeah, it's got to be.
Ooh.
Lucky. Very, very
Got away
lucky.
with that one.
But funny, during the week popped up that GWS might be a side that's interested in a Paddy Ryder should he become available.
Yeah.
I think that would be a very good move for them.
Although Paddy, I'm not sure how long
not
Paddy
that
Ryder's
he's got a huge
left
amount
in it.
left in him, but if they think they're still making a push next year and maybe he can help them in some way,
Yeah, he needs to get his lower legs right.
perhaps a cheap upgrade, who knows? Good work, Cameron. The more disposals.
I think if Port were conceding that he's gone at the end of the year,
Yep.
what they would probably do is wrap him up in cotton wool,
Yes.
fix him up, and get some trade value.
Yeah.
As opposed
is he
to
still
sending-
contracted?
No,
I don't know if
I'm
he'd
not
be a
sure.
free agent or a trade.
no,
I have
it
no
would be
idea.
How long is he?
Anyone in the stream, if
He's
you know
been
if
there
Paddy
since
Ryder's contracted or not, let us know.
2013.
Yeah.
Or it's 2013, 2014, something
So if
like
he
that.
serves something like a 3-year, 2-year contract,
he
or
might be a
something.
restricted free agent.
Yeah.
I tipped Giants. Yeah, we
Ryder
tipped
isn't going
Giants as
anywhere, by
well.
the way.
Ryder isn't going anywhere, by the way. Hinkley said it himself. That doesn't really mean
I've
anything.
heard coaches say someone's not going anywhere before.
That means nothing. I mean, he might not go anywhere.
No, potentially he could stay. Absolutely.
That's a throw by Hurley. But yeah, players and coaches coming out and saying stuff like that is
particularly mid-season.
It's not
something I'll put stock into.
It doesn't instill confidence, really.
So Merritt's up to 9 touches now. I don't think Cornelio's had an extra sniff since his extremely hot first 5 minutes.
The Giants haven't really.
Yeah.
How are we winning? You're playing very, very well.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that. And equally, the Giants are playing quite poorly. Clarko to the Blues, true or false? It's false. Clarko's contracted till 2022.
Yeah, and he...
He has 3 years on his contract.
That's one thing I will put stock into a coach coming out and saying, you don't address your players to say, I'm not going anywhere if you are a
You
chance
also
to
don't
go.
leave with 3 years on your contract.
Yeah, it doesn't happen. Yeah. It's almost like someone's trying to speak this into existence, you know? I don't think it's going to happen.
Porter offering him a 1-year extension, apparently.
Okay.
Well, fair enough if that's true, Mad Eye, but I haven't heard any of that either. But it's, at this stage of the season and at this time, it's all hearsay at the moment anyway. It's all theoretical.
Essendon need to go here.
Yeah, they're going to the middle.
Get another one before quarter time and boy, the pressure's on.
And Phil...
No way! Oh! I thought that had just fallen into his lap.
So did I, but they must have deemed he didn't control it.
And that's holding the ball.
Yeah, that's...
Oh.
Ooh, okay.
Ooh. No,
it's charging. Yeah, it's charging with his head.
Well umpired.
It's a very good first quarter.
Yeah, it's... I mean, Essendon has really played footy to their strengths. Let Sard loose when they can. Tippin Woody's been great chasing, as we see him again tackle. There. High on, unfortunately.
He's putting a lot of pressure on, though.
There's so many acts.
He's very up and about. Thank you, Jay. We appreciate the sentiments.
Yeah, thanks, mate.
Is that a shove in the back?
Maybe played for it a little. Maybe.
It's hard to see from that angle. Why do you have to trip over yourselves this week? Joel. Well, it's only the first quarter, and it's only 12 points. It's 2-goal margin.
Yeah.
Like, for GWS to have been playing as poorly as they have, and to be a 2-goal margin, is very good.
Yeah.
Gives them plenty of time to fix up their structures and fix their pace of the game up. They've not been at the pace of the game yet.
On the flip side, I do like, Essendon, what they lacked last week was just complete intent. They had no intent last week. They've clearly got an intent to respond. If they can keep that going for 4 quarters, I don't know. But so far, I'm pretty impressed with the attitude they've got. Alright, so they're just going to go down the line. They've got no time. They didn't mark out of this. And it's still not going to help. No. Yeah. That's it. That's the first quarter. So that'll be quarter time. 2 goals. 2 goals in it. Phil Davis, the saviour and the man for GWS. And then also no one else doing anything by the look of it.
Not for the Giants.
No, not for the Giants.
And I tell you what, as you were saying, that man Mumford is getting monstered.
He is getting killed by Bell Chambers. Yeah, he's not having a good night. Not shy of finding the footy GWS. Plenty of disposals.
Not that the stats suggested. He's only 4 hit-outs behind, but the hit-outs that Bell Chambers has been getting has been very, very clean.
Yeah.
Welcome. Missing my second Crows game of the home and away season in 5 years this round. Not enjoying it.
Wow, that's dedication,
That's
though.
pretty good, Ronnie.
Yeah.
I wish I could do that.
Yeah, I wish I could get to as many Freo games as that.
I'm on the bloody waiting list for West Coast. So I've still got probably, I reckon, about another 3 or 4 years on the waiting list.
I've wanted to become a Freo member for some time, but I just can't do it because working in local footy like I do, it's too hard to get to games. I can't commit to getting to games. Yeah. So I'd rather just go to the odd game when I can, but I would love to have Ronnie's record there. That would be nice.
Yeah, 2 games in 5 years. The place that I used to work at, one of the customers that we had, she said that in the last 20 years, she'd only missed 2 home games for West Coast.
Get out. No
That
way.
is insane.
That's crazy. I don't even find the time to just dedicate that over 20 years.
She was a...
cheer squad member or something?
She is a canteen worker at my son's school.
Ah, right, okay.
So that's why she doesn't work weekends and stuff like that.
Fair enough. Okay, that makes sense.
Well, in the past 3 years, I've missed 1 home game and 7 away games. How do you do that? Yeah, jeez. So hang on, that means you travel interstate as well to get to games, right?
Yeah, wow. Yeah, hang on.
That is commitment.
That's, yeah.
Did you say home and away games or just home games? Home and away season?
I think surely home games.
Surely it's just home games you're talking about, right? I drive most places, and you're a Crows... What?
So Adelaide to Melbourne is a regularity.
I mean, I suppose that
It's
would
not
only be
impossible.
like, what, a 3-hour drive or something, I would guess.
Yeah. I wouldn't know, but I just, obviously not impossible.
I'm just trying to think of the
Impossible.
distance on the maps compared to... Like, if you're trying to get to the southwest or something in WA, maybe it's like a 3-hour drive or something like that.
Yeah.
What other game did you miss? Yeah, what other game in the last 5 years did you miss?
Tell me it wasn't a final or something.
Yeah, that'd suck.
God.
Did you make the grand final as well?
Yeah, good
that
point.
Would have been a bad game.
I mean, you did say home and away season, but surely.
That's fair. More like about 10 to 12 hours Adelaide to Melbourne. Really? It's that far, is it?
Foreign concept to us.
I wouldn't. We're in WA. Anywhere you want to go.
We're on the coast of the west.
Anywhere you want to go is quite a few hours. And surely, because here to Esperance is
7, I think. About
and it's
7.
That's Adelaide to Melbourne's not further than here to Esperance.
Testing my geography here, and it was never my strong point, but I would think it's roughly similar, is it?
Maybe a round trip 10 to 12 hours, but surely not just on the one.
I like Hayek's
long
comment.
Drive back if the team loses.
Very good, Hayek's, yeah.
We go to Optus Stadium one day. I really want to go to Optus Stadium too. I haven't been yet.
Yeah, we were talking about it last week. Yeah. I've been a couple of times for the footy and a couple of times for the cricket. Excellent ground to watch football at.
Next year will probably realistically be the first chance I get to go.
Yeah. And to anyone actually watching interstate, if your team's playing at Optus and you have the money and the availability, come have a look. It's a great stadium. I'd actually, any stadium, did we talk about this last week? Maybe we're repeating ourselves, but any stadium that you'd particularly want to go to if you wanted to catch a game interstate outside of WA?
It's hard to go past the MCG, right?
Yeah. I've been to the G, but I'd really like to go to Adelaide Oval. Newish stadium was only built a few years before.
I think the crowd sound quality, it was redone.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, of course.
Adelaide Oval itself is a very, very old
oval.
Yeah. But it was redone.
Yeah, okay, right. I'd love to get there. And, maybe the SCG. I don't know why.
I'm 14, so it'll be a few years till I can go myself. That's fair. Yeah, that's
good call.
That's fair. Adelaide Oval is sick, although a bit pricey food-wise. Yeah, you have not been to Perth. I think Optus and before that Subi were the most expensive places.
Subi was ridiculous.
I think West Coast tickets are the most expensive tickets to get.
To get a ticket to the game at
just as general
Optus,
admission.
I think the cheapest you can get is about $50. But if you want a half-decent seat, I think you've got to have $80.
Yeah.
$80 is the tickets I pay for. I've had pretty much the same seats every time, the same area. They're good seats, and once you're there, you don't really care. But yeah, $80. It stings you, and then the food and everything on top of it, Living in WA is not cheap, guys.
No, thank you, Mining Boom, for that one. I did go to the Granny too. Nice gamer. Although that kind of would have sucked after the game, so...
Yeah, bummer.
Yeah, that's not... I went into the qualifying final versus GWS that year. Oh, okay. So you've been to a couple of games, yeah. Mind you, it ended up being a blowout with Adelaide, though, didn't it?
Did it?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, I'm
fairly certain that...
I'm totally mistaking
both Adelaide and Richmond had blowout wins.
Yeah, I think they did. I'm totally mistaking that with when GWS played the Bulldogs in the prelim.
And lost.
And lost, but cracking game.
3 points or something.
I think 3 or 5 or something, yeah.
Gonna go and watch the Gamers stream. Oh, is the Gamers streaming? What are you streaming, Gamer? You might be thinking Brodie Smith ACL. Oh, yes.
Just saw that, I think, did I just see that GWS are dominating the clearances here? I wouldn't have thought that.
Clearances, yes. Centre clearances,
yeah,
no.
Good point.
I
Yeah,
would
maybe
think.
That's where I'm getting a bit of deception there, but
we've only had 3 goals scored, or 4 goals scored, so...
Now they release off half back.
See, Bombers win the centre clearance, but I think in general play, GWS are on top.
A goal here would be a huge start for Essendon.
That's a good mark by Cornelio.
That's a good grab. Yeah, well done.
I work on the fireworks that the Crows run out too. That's how I get to the game so easily. Oh, yeah, well, definitely.
Right.
So are you actually employed by the club to do that?
Yeah, is that a club thing or a stadium thing?
Oh, you're streaming the game? Really?
Apt.
My first ever game I was Crows North. Yeah, club thing. Okay, yeah, fair enough, Ronnie. Yeah. Well, that's a brilliant opportunity.
Yeah,
I'd
that's
love
cool.
to be able to do something like that.
I had a workmate who held.
Do you get paid for it, or is it a volunteer thing?
I had a workmate who she barracks for the Bulldogs, and when they played West Coast a few weeks ago, she got to hold the banner. So yeah,
sick.
There you go. That would be kind of cool. Watching the game, not so cool.
Pays well. I see. Now that sounds like a job that is a really easy job to do.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fireworks. You got to be like super safe and do the whole thing and everything. Streaming the footy. Are you actually streaming the game, or are you streaming yourself like what we are? Because if you're streaming the game itself, is that on YouTube? Because you get copyrighted for that so much. It's a pain in the ass. I remember the game so well because Eddie got ripped off for the goal of the year.
I don't remember much of either Adelaide or Richmond's finals campaign for some reason. Didn't stick out. Maybe because they were blowouts.
They were all blowouts, yeah. I mean, the game of that final series was West Coast Port Adelaide.
Yes. And who did Richmond beat in their preliminary final? I really can't remember that at all. GWS. Oh, okay. Yeah, right. Thanks, Joel.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of who Adelaide played, though. He has to be a qualified pyrotechnician. No, yeah, I understand that, Ronnie. It's a.
I would hope the club's employing qualified pyrotechnics to handle their fireworks.
Yeah.
GWS trying to control some footy here.
Adelaide played Geelong.
Oh, okay.
And belted Geelong.
Yeah,
Geelong,
that's right. They were,
yeah. Which is actually a very interesting thing to talk about. Geelong are on the top of the ladder.
Given the current standings,
they'll probably be the top of the ladder. Oh, that's a great mark.
I thought he dropped that. No, it is interesting.
How they will go in finals because since their 2011
their finals campaigns have been super underwhelming.
I think they, out of I don't know, I want to say maybe 10 appearances in final games, they've only won 2 of them.
Yeah, okay.
They've sucked in finals since then.
I know, I can attest to Fremantle beating them in a couple, so I'm pretty happy with that. I think they also lost a couple to them, though, sadly.
Well, one of the best finals of all time would have to be Geelong versus Fremantle down at Geelong.
At Geelong, yeah.
In 2013.
That was a cracking game of football. I loved that game of football.
Are you guys
not
watching
just
the
for the
Cricket
result.
World Cup in England? No, I'm not.
I've
You
been
probably are
keeping
playing
up,
it.
Matt.
Yeah.
I haven't watched as much as I'd like to watch.
Do you know,
but
actually,
been
that's
keeping up.
It's a very good question, Ronnie. I reckon 90% of the people in our stream are Crows fans.
It's ridiculous.
There's no one here in WA that is actually watching, but everyone, it's fascinating.
I'm starting to think Joel just has a bunch of burner accounts.
Yeah, he's just gone around and told all his mates, "Hey, come, give us support and everything." Like, oh, Crows, all of us are Crows. It is genuinely.
Yeah, too many of you. Like, we love you being here, but invite your friends who don't support Adelaide.
I think Jay, who was in here before, is a Bombers supporter, though.
Okay, yeah.
So the margin's only 6 points now. So for all that domination in the first quarter that the Bombers had,
that goal pegs a lot back. Yeah.
it was a great mark too.
Yes.
Like, over the back, just going like that.
I totally didn't think that he had actually reeled it in. I thought that he had.
No, he never dropped it.
Yeah. Good to keep flat.
It's good pressure. Yeah, GWS have definitely turned it up now.
Yeah, they're running a lot harder here.
My mates hate footy. Oh, really? My mate supports Port and Bombers. One of my friends supports Freo.
He's a good dude. A funny game, this one, Like, I don't really know who's going to up the ante at any time.
I think that would be in the back for Tip and Woody.
Good work, Canelio. You just keep getting football. 43 fantasy already now. Oh, he's up to 12%. He's having a big start to the second term.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean he's any good on the left foot. Right, that's fine. Pressure on both teams is definitely up. It feels like the Giants have matched the Bombers' intensity
It's quite
now.
good to watch. I mean, we were talking before the game about it being, finals implications and that. It looks like a game that has finals implications.
Meters gained. That's an interesting stat.
Oh, I missed that. What was that?
The Bombers have gained 100 more meters than the Giants so far this game.
Right. That looked like... Oh, okay, in the back, yeah.
I love crosstown rivalries,
So good.
It's something like the big rivalries in Victoria have lost a lot of that, like true rivalry stuff.
Yeah, the modern day
in
is
this
sort
day
of
and age,
the modern day has sort of taken a lot away from that. Speaking of rivals, and this being our show, Footy Rivals, is next week the Derby? We're going to have to do something special. Okay.
I know. It's going to be... Is it next week? Or is it the week after? Because it's a Freo home game, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a Freo home game, so it'd have to be the week after. I think Fremantle's games go Carlton at home this week. Oh, no. I think it is next week. Carlton at home and then the West Coast at home, and then they travel to play Sydney or something like that, Fremantle do. So...
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting...
good week.
Interesting day. We're going to have to find out when that is and see if we can't do one of these.
Yeah, absolutely.
Next week. What's the WA Derby like? It's... okay, let's be fair. Yeah. The biggest rivalry in footy would have to be the South Australian rivalry.
Yeah, at the moment, it's peak.
And probably has been for the last 5 years, I reckon.
Yeah.
But the Freo West Coast rivalry's kind of simmered down because you had Freo had 9 wins in a row. I think West Coast are currently on about 8 or 9 wins in a row. So the rivalry of back and forth hasn't.
It's always gone in runs.
You always hate losing, though.
It's never been traded in a 1 win here and a loss there sort of thing. It's like you get a run of a good 8 wins and then you have a run of about your 8 losses. But in terms of fan ferocity, I mean, obviously since the Gaff Brayshaw incident, they've been at each other. So,
and I tell you what, this is going to be an interesting game. Next week.
I think it will be
because it's Freo's home game.
And it's Freo's first home game since that incident happened.
Yeah.
And Freo's fans, let's be honest, are the most angry about it. West Coast fans are the ones that sort of want to, just move on from the subject. Whereas Freo fans are, voicing concerns. So it will be very interesting to see how it plays out. I'm really bummed out that Freo's going to enter it as injured as they're going to enter it with, potentially Hogan missing. Lobb will miss. He won't be ready. That would have made for a very interesting game. So I think West Coast will probably go in favourites, which bums me out a little. I would have loved to have seen a really good cracking derby.
No, there's no actual name for the derby other than just derby.
The Western Derby, yeah. It used to be the Carlton Draft or Carlton Mid Derby. We throw naming sponsors to a beer here and there, but other than that, no, we are just the Derby. So we're even now. We're all tied up.
Yes.
After Essendon's dominance, they've really fallen away.
GWS have definitely gotten on top.
That was a nice mark and goal there by Cameron. Yeah. Yeah,
Cornelio's definitely getting involved, though.
Oh, he's hugely involved now. 14 touches. I think he had something like 6 at quarter time. So in 8 minutes...
There's no way that stayed in. And he just turned him inside out. Wow. This is going to be another goal.
Oh, that's a bad kick.
It's not a good kick.
But
it'll go out. That's fine. Port are easy to mock because they've won less flags and they've never won back-to-back.
You would be right, Mad-Eye. It is Battle of the Bridge. Yes. Which I kind of like. I think that's a creative name. I got nothing against the Battle of the Bridge.
Yeah, I like that one. And I like the Q Clash as well. In fact, the Derby's the only actual derby that doesn't have anything other than Western
Which
Derby.
is weird because we picked a word that we say differently to the rest of Australia.
Well, no, it's only...
Or is it just the Eastern
States? Victorians that call it Derby.
Ah, right. I thought it was...
don't know why.
I thought it was New South Wales and Queensland as well.
It's just like in Melbourne itself, they call them Palmer.
Oh, that's so wrong, though. That's
or something like that. But everywhere else in Australia calls it the alternative.
That's incorrect literature, though. There's no argument for that. It's not how it's spelt.
You guys need a name for your rivalry. We call ourselves Footy Rivals. So we don't generally do these watch parties on a Thursday. We actually have a weekly show called Footy Rivals. We're just having the games that happen to be on the Thursday night, so we're doing it like this. But every other Thursday night when there's not a game, and that's another goal.
That's Kelly.
Yeah. GWS.
They're running away
to blow
here.
this out now.
Yeah, this is Essendon need to wrangle.
We say
something
Derby
together.
here, not Derby. Yeah, good. See, Ronnie, you know how to talk.
Thank God. Yeah. All right.
You know how to talk. I'm so disappointed. Jay.
Jay, it's only a goal in it. It feels bad at the moment, but give it time. Give it time.
SANFL flags don't count. No. If you don't count SANFL flags, you can't count VFL flags.
I don't count any flags.
No, you don't. You don't know how to count past 0.
I don't count flags.
I personally only count AFL flags from 1990.
I don't care about the VFL years. I couldn't care less.
I don't count.
I don't care about that. I don't care about the waffle years. I mean, not that they matter, but it's AFL. It's from 87 onwards.
1990 onwards.
Was 87 when West Coast joined? Or?
Yes.
Yeah.
And 86 was when Sydney went to Sydney.
Okay. Yeah.
But 1990 was the year that they rebranded as the AFL.
Okay.
And that's when the Crows came in as well. And
yeah.
So 1990 is the official year that the AFL became the AFL.
Mad-Eye, you're incorrect.
Mad-Eye!
You're incorrect.
Virtual high five. I can't be for flags because
that
we have most premierships.
Oh, he's hit the post, has he?
That was
about to be a belting goal. Yeah, no. You're not incorrect. It's your opinion, but your opinion's dumb.
for the Mad-Eye.
For you, Mad-Eye. Yeah.
Well, he just recognises success clearly because he's a Crows. He's a Crow supporter as well.
Is that what it's like? Is Port the Freo of the Crows rivalry? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Except they have a flag, so
they
have
have a flag
to lean on.
They have a flag, yeah.
It's 1v2 there, not 0-4.
Yeah, I was happy with that game, Mad-Eye.
Yeah, that can't have been great for you, Mad-Eye.
I was happy to rub that in Joel's face, actually.
Oh, that should have been a... Come on, like, you've got to grab that. You got yourself in perfect position. Ugh. Essendon got a bit of momentum here. They're cutting things off and sending it back in.
Yeah, but their disposal is letting them down.
This could help. Oh,
No, Phil Davis.
bad.
You're not getting
Yeah.
it past Davis.
Oh,
That's good. Crash the pack.
That's
That's a
okay.
high tackle. You can't just grab him around the head.
it started low.
Yeah, but he had
I
a
don't
hold
know.
of his head, and he's
Yeah.
just pulling his head off.
I'll be interested to see how this one goes.
Start slow, fair,
Sort
and
of
then he
gets
just starts pulling him at the head.
Yeah,
You
it went high. It went
You
high.
can't do that.
Oh, what a grab.
Pulled it off.
Excellent grab.
Yeah, Adelaide Oval has been a very good hunting ground for us, actually. We very much like Adelaide Oval. I would take that out. I would take that out. I would take that out.
They are just
You
determined
really
to keep
needed to
everything
take
in.
that out.
Oh, that was a... No, this could
Okay.
hurt them. This could hurt them on the rebound here.
Okay. I mean, this will end up lucky if it comes off because they were...
Yeah, they needed to take that.
They
They
were
are
really
reluctant to
outstructured.
take the ball out of the boundary at the moment, GWS. That's a terrible kick inside to Cameron. That gave him no chance.
I'm ending my stream. Game? Well, how come you're ending your stream, gamer? Is there anyone there? I suppose if you're actually streaming the game, I've done it before on my personal channel, and like literally as soon as I hit stop, it's blocked
Yeah, okay. Right.
because the AFL.
Yeah, of course. Okay, so the flow of GWS has stopped a touch, I guess.
Yeah, but they're able to get out of jail very, very well.
Yeah.
We've got 10 people in here. How awesome's that? He's not streaming the game. He's streaming a live score.
Oh, that's a free kick.
Oh, okay. So like what we've got down the
okay.
bottom. Okay, fair enough.
Well, that's a bad kick.
Yes, but he's hot in the tail and he hasn't used it well.
And we'll get a
Yeah,
stoppage
Bombers
here.
just saved
Yeah.
that. Bombers saved that.
Yeah, they did. A few errors from each side, just halting what could be really good passages of play here.
You're stuck on 229 subs. What kind of content do you upload, gamer?
That's ball.
Ball.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it has to be.
Mostly crap content. Well, what's the crap content? I'm going to Crows v Pies around 22. That should be an interesting game.
Yeah, because that'll have real implications on where each side finishes, you would think.
You would think, depending on how each
How the
team's
next
going
week
up
sort of
until
play
then.
out.
Yeah.
That's a Bell Chambers free. So there's Dylan Shield, and he looks like he's getting his fair share of the football, but it's hard to tell.
Well, he's less than 11 disposals.
Yeah.
Phil Davis.
He's playing a great game.
That's a great mark.
Oh, wow. Looked like there was a million pairs of hands on there, I thought. But
No, Collingwood are
good
not
mark.
playing well right now. I agree.
Who do they play? They've got North this week. Oh, that's a goal. All right. Essendon have hit back. They've responded again.
The first goal for their term.
I can't knock Essendon at the moment. Yeah, GWS went on a run there, but they've come out and they're not going down without a fight.
They lost momentum. They've stalled momentum, and they've
then
gotten momentum back.
Regained it. And came out with real intent in the first quarter. So already 10 times better than what we saw from them last week.
Mad Eye, if you're actually watching the TV broadcast, you will be ahead of us. We're watching the AFL app, so it means that we're behind.
Yeah.
I hate Phil Davis. So overrated, in my opinion. Really?
Wow.
Oh, that's because you're a Crows fan.
Oh, right. Well, not tonight. Though.
He cost a goal there by dropping that. Though.
Yeah, he needed to take that.
I mean, I'm no longer on 229. Well, that's because you got a sub from Jay before, didn't you?
Okay, call that back.
Surely.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Joe Watson's an expert commentator tonight. That's right.
No, I lost a sub. That sucks. We've been steady on the rise, although since like round 3, our growth has like really come to a halt. Hey, I don't just hate him because he played for us. That sounds like it. Still returns to footy in the top end.
I just got that notification myself. Good for Cyril. So Canelio's up to 16 touches. Again, with Essendon running, he's gone a bit
I'm happy with that.
cold. Because he was on 15 about 7 or 8 minutes ago.
Yeah, Phil Davis did play for the Crows. I'm not sure if he actually played any games, but he was on the Crows list.
I think he played. Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember him playing games. Did Phil Davis play games?
He would have been lured over to GWS in his first 2 or 3 years. At the Crows.
And Gunston played. Yeah, God, there's been some real talent leave the Crows.
Oh, yeah, the Crows...
For them to still be as good at
the
like
Crows
finals
are
contenders
probably
over the years.
the one club in the competition that have lost as much top-end talent as they have and still been good.
Retained being a finals contender, you know, made a grand final after all of it. It's an admirable era for the Crows. Unfortunately, you know, fell short of getting that flag.
Because, you know, you go at the turn of the decade, right? They lost Phil Davis, they lost Bock, they lost Gunston, Tippett.
Yeah, who
That's
was
a lot
great at
of
the time.
high-end key position.
You know, only a few years after Dangerfield goes. Yeah, they've lost a lot and done really well to remain steady without and never wanted to bottom out, which is admirable in itself. They never wanted to become Carlton.
They've never been close. I think they and Fremantle are the only teams in the competition to not have got a wooden spoon.
No, Fremantle has one.
They have one?
2001 was a wooden spoon year for Fremantle.
The Crows would be the only team in the comp that doesn't have a wooden spoon.
I know Essendon in their unfortunate top-up, they won the wooden spoon. I think that was their first wooden spoon in an extremely long time too.
Well, the Blues since 2000, I think the Blues before 2000 had only ever had one or no wooden spoons.
Since then they've
had about 9.
Yeah, a ridiculous amount.
I don't even care about Dangerfield. He's literally from Geelong. Yeah, that's fair. I don't think him losing was a necessarily bad thing. Yeah. Tippett was crap. No, Tippett was a good player.
Tippett was extremely good.
I'm fairly confident he was your leading goal kicker.
He became. He was a super forward there. I thought in the year where they made a preliminary final, I think it was 2012 or something like that. They made a preliminary final and lost it to Hawthorn by a goal or so. And Kurt Tippett was amazing that year. Yeah.
Right. So I suppose Port have never got the wooden spoon, although in the year that they should have got the wooden spoon, GWS came into the competition.
Yeah, that's right.
Instead of Gold Coast. So that was a get out of jail free card for them. This is going to be a goal.
Yeah. Who's taking this here? Is this?
Yeah, I can't see.
Daniels. Brent Daniels.
Of his career, no, Tippett was good in the last year or two of his career. He was actually probably in career best form in the last year or two.
He had that one year where he kicked a ton of goals in the first half of the year for the Swans or something, was it? Something like that rings a bell. Oh, that is it. Oh, no, he's got it. Oh, all right, he snuck it in. He's pumped. I thought he was awfully pumped up for a behind.
I thought he missed it. If you only count AFL era, it's Crows, Port, Hawthorn, Cats. What, in regards to...
Wooden spoons?
Oh, wooden spoons? Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, the only reason that we got a wooden spoon, wow, it was
2010?
2010, yeah. So in the middle of turning over the culture period.
Yeah.
But then the following year...
Yeah, come out of nowhere, top four.
Top four,
2011, that's right. Yeah. That was a bad year, 2011, because I remember Fremantle was supposed to be the side that was good. West Coast was supposed to suck, and then we flipped again, and it went back to normal. And we sucked again.
I'd see... I'm probably one of the proudest things about being a West Coast supporter is they don't stay down for long.
No.
They turn over very quickly.
Sort of similar to Adelaide in that vein over the last few years where, they're just, consistently a competitive club.
I mean, even if you go to the 2000s era, start of the 2000s era, I think the longest period of time that West Coast have ever missed finals is 3 years.
Yeah, okay.
They've never missed finals for more than 3 years successively.
Right, okay.
Ivan Maric played for the Crows? Yes, he did, yes.
Yeah, Ivan Maric. There's a name I haven't thought about for a little while.
It's because he was off the park for the last 2 years of his career at Richmond. Really?
Yeah. Thought he was super. Did he play in the flag? No, Nankervis did. He was retired by the time they won the flag,
2017 was the first year Maric retired.
Yeah, right. Bummer.
Wow, that's a shocking kick.
I don't even know what that is. Okay, and that way is closed. Go back.
That's out in the full.
It's going to be. Graham Johncock, what a legend. Agreed, Matt.
Yeah.
Great player.
I found him to be a bit
old...
off in his last couple of years.
Yeah.
He still had a lot of run and dash.
Yeah.
He ran really weirdly.
I really enjoyed Crows team.
He invented the horse gallop before Lumumba.
Yeah.
Had it.
Yeah.
Heretia Lumumba.
I do like Graham Johncock. Guys like him, Tyson Edward. Yeah. I want to talk about the Crows, guys.
I'm not sure that that's a legal disposal.
That was really well done by Sard. Oh, wow. Super kick.
Brilliant.
McKernan's having a cracking game. Really good game.
It's a brilliant kick and it's an equally brilliant mark because that ball is coming in hot. Going to go again.
That's really good by Sard, just to dodge Cameron there.
See you later. The last I saw of Jared Petrenko was on House Rules. No, not
House Rules. What?
Not Petrenko. I'm thinking of.
I used to like Paul Pleasure.
That's the one I'm thinking of.
Yeah,
I'm surprised he was
amazing.
dumped.
Yeah.
I was.
He was really good.
He got dumped.
The Porpoise. Yeah, he was good.
He snuck it.
Yeah, he's got that through. Okay, back to a tie.
Yeah.
This is a good game of footy.
So the Bombers, I find that I'm feeling like the Bombers are hanging on as opposed to playing well.
Yeah.
I said in the first quarter that the Giants really need a quarter time to reset. I feel like the Bombers really need half time to reset.
Look, if there's, it's a tie game, and if I had to pick which team was in front momentum-wise or which team I felt was playing better footy or in more of a position to win, I'm going to say GWS.
It's a really interesting thing that you say there, Ronnie. I don't think they'll do it, though. Only because I don't know, as a supporter of West Coast, you could feel that there was a different energy.
West Coast team changed a fair bit from that 3 years, didn't it? I mean, still had Kennedy in that, but even guys who were there came into their own a lot more too.
And the forward line completely changed. Yeah. The dynamic completely changed.
Elliot Yeo he wasn't there when they lost to Hawthorn, was he? So, guys like that. Pritis was obviously gone, so...
Yeah, the team was different, but the energy of the team was different from all the youth that was in the team. Yeah,
that was a good point.
And I don't feel that same kind of up and about energy from Adelaide this year. I feel it from Geelong. Geelong reminds me of West Coast last year.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, a lot of good youth. If I'm thinking of clubs in the top 8 that have that sort of mix of youth and experience down pat, Geelong is the first one I think of. Yeah. The other one, not having it as safely secure, although still having it, is Port Adelaide. They have a good mix of youth in there.
Yeah, but they're probably
but their
more inconsistent.
Yeah, they're more inconsistent, and I think their seniors probably aren't at that star power level of Geelong.
2017 should have been your year, but for whatever reason, like the first quarter of the grand final, you guys were in it. In the second quarter, you were starting to fall off, and then
second half,
he just didn't come out in the second half.
Basher Hooley certainly did. I think that's what happened there. Connor Rosie is a gun. I agree, Ronnie, although I think he's dropped off a lot lately. Sort of hit a bit of a wall. I think Dersma is their best first-year player at the moment, even though Rosie has been spectacular. Like, I don't know. Didn't think Rosie was much chopped last week or the week before.
Cameron. I was about to say it's a
Come
shock
on,
and bounce.
kick it. Just get it, man. Come on, fantasy points. No.
He had a lot of space, though. Hooley should have won Noam Smith. I agree.
Yeah.
Stuff Basher.
Each to their own.
Tip for the Brownlow. I think Fife will get it overall.
I tend to agree with you.
I think Tim Kelly's had a great year. I think he's had an average 4 weeks.
Yeah.
I think for consistency, I think Fife will be more consistent over the year and he'll pick it up.
Every time Freo have a win, and they've won enough games now, every time they have a win, Fife gets votes. Like,
yeah, so
it's pretty much how they operate.
I reckon in the last, 4 games... So, not the game on the weekend because they lost that, but the 3 games before that, Sonny Walters probably gets 3 votes in, I reckon, 2 of those games, and Fife gets 2 votes in each. Those games.
I would say Fife gets 2 in the other one, which probably I think Brad Hill got a 3 somewhere.
So
along the
I
line.
think Fife will be. I think Fife.
It's how he's always polled in Brownlows too. Like he's always polled extremely consistently, and if he just gets enough games without getting suspended or getting injured, I would. Yeah, I'd be tempted to go with him.
I read a stat throughout the week that Nat Fife is the second highest Brownlow vote getter per match behind Peter Hudson.
Wow.
Yeah.
Peter Hudson, wow. Okay, yeah right.
Yeah. So I think Fife averages 1.68 votes per game that he plays.
Okay.
Peter Hudson was something like 1.79 or something.
Doesn't surprise me given that even last year when Fife missed a bunch of games, he still finished really high. Yeah.
Actually, here's a good thing for you. So from the middle of from the end of 2015 or from the middle of 2014 until the middle of 2015, so a 23-game period of the home and away season.
Okay.
Fife polled 49 votes, which is the most over a 23-game period in the history of the game.
He's set up in a situation to just poll votes.
Ridiculous.
Like, he's set up. With how good he is and how sort of subpar some of his teammates can, he's just set up to look super and poll votes.
You got Brad Crouch, Ronnie. I don't think Brad Crouch will get close.
No. I think Adelaide's got a lot of guys who can poll votes at different times, you know. Yeah. Jenkins kicks a bag, he probably polls votes. Hey, did Jenkins get dropped again this week? We'll obviously go through the games later on.
I haven't looked at
He's out, but can you Adelaide fans out there tell me if Jenkins got dropped again? Because if he did, I'll be very interested. Or is he injured?
As to why as well.
Yeah. Ronnie's got Tim Kelly for the Brownlow, not bad.
So Tim Kelly is
Jenkins
a safe option, but I think he'll drop off.
I know Jenkins did his knee, Ronnie said. Okay.
Oh, no, that's right. He did. He hurt his knee.
Oh, yeah, of course. We watched that game. Yeah, he went down. Yeah. Right at the end of the game.
It was a bye last week, which is why he...
Right. I totally forgot about that. When I saw his name today, I was like, no way, not this again. But, okay, fair enough.
And we both said that it wasn't going to be an ACL. It didn't look like an ACL, and that was the case.
Half time.
You don't have Tom... Oh, so you don't have Tom Lynch? Ooh. Who do you guys play this week, actually?
Good question. I don't know who the Crows have.
Who do the Crows play this week?
I know that they are specifically debuting Ben Davis to bring him in and play a Tom Lynch role, which you don't necessarily exactly want from a debutant, but I don't hate. I think that's okay.
Yeah.
Like, you know, play a role where, just affect the game as you can.
Is it
bummer.
Is it in Geelong or is it...
It's in Geelong, yeah.
Yeah, I don't... Yeah. Sorry, you don't got that.
Yeah, no.
So, we wanted to wait until half-time to talk about
Jeremy
McGovern situation.
Well, the tribunal during the week, yes.
I want to ask your opinion first because you're not as biased as I am in the situation. Jeremy McGovern gets a 1-match ban.
Yes.
It is not rescinded at the tribunal. Right call or wrong call?
Wrong call. Although I thought West Coast defence of the
Was
share
shocking.
defence, what
The
was
QC
that?
at West Coast
What
is-
was that?
He's a muppet.
I thought that was terrible. That was
My
arguably
stream-
the worst thing I've seen since Gaff's million character references. I thought that was terrible, but yeah, wrong decision overall.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought not great.
It should have been...
Like the way
I'm trying to pull up my stream again. It went down.
the way he was sort of yeah. I don't even know really how to describe that it shouldn't be a week because I just feel like it should unanimously not be a week.
Yeah, no, I don't think it should be a week. I don't...
Again, outcome over intent. Guelphy got hurt, and that's sort of where it came in, but
He got minorly hurt.
yeah. Of something that didn't mean to hurt him. Where just,
Yeah,
you know.
and the thing is the initial push and everything happened inside the player.
Yeah.
And
Whereas if you look at the Walters incident where he got off, he intentionally
headbutted.
headbutted someone.
although it was then argued that his intention wasn't to headbutt,
I don't know. I didn't really keep up with that. I just
It-
saw that he
I-
didn't get a week.
I didn't understand that.
Yeah.
You can't not intentionally headbutt someone if you headbutt someone.
I headbutted a guy in under 17s once, and I meant to headbutt him. So I mean, like,
Yeah, it's a bit...
yeah, no, I don't know where they're getting at. Obviously, I'm happy Michael Walters isn't getting away. I tend to think that given the impact of Walters' hit and everything like that wasn't that much, both of them should just not have had weeks. But I don't understand how Walters can get off of one
Yeah.
while McGovern stays on
Yeah.
one was what I didn't understand.
And contrastly, how Ablett and Fife throughout the year
yeah.
get off
Yeah, exactly.
for much more intentional acts
Yeah,
than
which still
McGovern.
caused, harm to players,
Yeah,
particularly
so-
in Ablett's case, Yeah, I thought that was where my immediate first thought went to, was Gary Ablett. And, how did he get off for these intentional hits week after week, and then McGovern got stung for this? I don't know. Who's West Coast got? Hawthorn. So
in Hawthorn. Hopefully
Hawthorn.
Barras comes back, but apparently
Yeah.
that's
no, they made the changes. I don't think
projected for
Barras-
12 mil of rain.
I know that is this Saturday game?
Yes.
So the changes are final, and I know that they bought Natanui and Rioli in at the loss of McGovern and Petruccelli.
Yeah.
Petruccelli got dropped, which is fair enough for Willie Rioli. I get it.
Benjamin can't play. We delisted him. Oh, hey, Desson. Deshaun? Didn't see you there. Where did you come from? Freo are bringing back the original jumper. Yes, they
Yeah,
are.
the
Around
retro.
22. Did I read that?
Yeah. You know what I don't get about it? At the time they had the retro jersey, everyone hates it. But you bring it back for a game and rebrand it as retro, and everyone's comments were like, "Oh, this is so great. Oh, this is going to be awesome."
Yeah, I'm not going to lie.
It's a terrible jumper.
Their jumper for, 15 years?
I think about 15 years.
Was probably the worst jumper, like standard jumper in the AFL.
It looked like Christmas wrapping.
Besides
It literally
maybe
just looked like
Port
Christmas wrapping.
Adelaide's jumper.
Oh yeah, that was bad.
Although I think Freo's probably edges that Port Adelaide jumper.
Yeah, it was a Christmas tree, man.
It was not. And the anchor, why would you put an anchor on? It just leaves yourself
I-
open to
I
so
know-
many anchor jokes.
I know the idea was to be like, hey, we hold the anchor up because we're tough, but
it's just weighing you down.
it's literally supposed to be something that keeps you at the bottom.
We're so bad. For
Yeah.
they had
Yeah.
a period of 2 years in 05 and 06. They were the only 2 years that Freo were any good for 15 years.
I miss 06. 06 was a good year.
06 was the best chance. And this is actually an interesting thing. Besides Gold Coast and Brisbane, who obviously can't...
Yeah.
who obviously neither of them have played in finals since Gold Coast's inception.
Yeah.
Have Adelaide played Port Adelaide in a final?
And I can't remember ever watching a
'Cause
showdown final myself.
So it must be Adelaide and Port Adelaide, and Freo and West Coast are the only two derby teams left.
Freo
to
and West
not
Coast
play-
so should have played in the grand final in 2015, though. Freo just totally dropped the ball.
Or 2006. Could have happened
Yeah,
2006
2006.
as well.
Although I feel like I remember watching that 2006 prelim. I was only young, but I watched it, Freo v Sydney, and Freo was never going to beat Sydney at the SCG that year.
And,
Unfortunately, Freo needed to beat Adelaide in the qualifying final, which they also still lost by like 5 goals. But that would have given them a real chance. But then they lost to Sydney in that prelim, and they were never really had a chance of winning that.
Yeah.
They should have beaten Hawthorn in the prelim when they played in 2013.
Was a great year. Yeah, that's fair. I hated 06. You guys would have hated West Coast in 05 and 06 because we knocked you out of the grand final both in the prelim, both years, actually.
Yeah. That's right.
2005 semi we played Port. Yeah, so I thought it was West Coast and Freo were the only two Derby teams, besides the Queensland teams who haven't even played in the finals yet. We're the only two Derby teams to not have played in the final yet.
Yeah, which is hilarious.
That's pretty interesting because, 22 years that Freo have been in the competition?
Yeah.
Or this year, 22 years. Oh, no, they came in 95, sorry.
95.
I'm thinking Port Adelaide, 97.
Yeah. They're doing that retro thing for their 25 years of having a license as a club or something.
Yeah, because they got the license in 94. But that's a stupid idea.
I don't think that's cool.
Don't do it for the year that you got your license.
In 2020, you're going to turn 25 as a club.
And then you're just going to do another 25-year thing anyway. It's just going to confuse people.
Yeah, I think it's dumb. The 05-06 years were weird. 06 was weird because Freo started terribly and won like 9 of their last 10 games.
State of origin. This brings me up to an idea that I had during the week. Now, it was reported during the week that the Giants are lobbying or talking about lobbying to get
the Prime Minister is behind it.
In the United States. Now, I came up with a different idea instead with getting a game in the United States. And that was not a state of origin per se, but an All-Stars versus Dream Team in the United States in the bye week at the end of the year. So between finals and the home and away season. However, not using the finals team's best players, but the best players from the rest of the teams that don't make finals.
Yeah.
Now, your argument might be, but we want the best of the players. Let's be perfectly honest here.
No one's giving up their players.
Even Carlton have good players in the form of Patrick Cripps and stuff in their team. So it's not like we won't have like the best AFL players playing in these games.
Exactly. You're still going to see great players out there. Like, I could go through every, bottom 10 team at the moment and find at least 5 good players that would be quality players.
I reckon in the bottom 10 teams in the competition, you could easily field at least one best 22 team in the competition.
Yeah.
I reckon you could still probably get 44 players.
That are very good players.
That are very good players to exhibition a match in the US.
Yeah. I think it's a good idea. I mean, it's a weird one because obviously, you want the best players playing, but let's be real. If it was to be played in that finals bye week, no way is any team giving up their players for a trip to the US.
Not a finals team.
Yeah, exactly. No finals team. Right.
Yeah. I think it would be a great breakup for the bye week.
Yeah, it would. It'd be something that everyone would keep their eye on. Everyone would want to watch.
Because there is nothing happening in footy.
No.
Over that bye.
That week is so excruciating.
Week, and
particularly if your team's playing in the finals and you just want... And if you entered... if you finish round 23 with impeccable form running into the finals, the last thing you want is for your team to set through a bye week. You just don't want it.
It does give an opportunity the Bulldogs.
Like the Bulldogs, yeah. Who were done by Fremantle in the last round of the season.
And if they had played the following week, they don't get the 5 players back that they get from that extra West.
Yeah.
And West Coast probably thumped them.
Yeah.
But getting those 5 players back and having the rest and the week
came
off
in super healthy.
Kills West Coast's momentum.
Yeah.
Because they came into the back end of 2016.
Yeah, that's right.
With a lot of momentum. They just lost Natanui, but they'd beaten GWS. They'd beaten Collingwood. They'd beaten
that's right. Yeah.
Some top.
I totally
top
forgot
8.
about West Coast 2016 campaign. That was a weird year.
The last 5 games or something, they went on and got some really good form.
Yeah.
The bye came along, killed that form. It reshaped the Bulldogs, and then they overran the top of them.
Yeah. It was a weird game changer.
That's what it used to be, Mad Eye. That's what it used to be. I'm going to go get myself another drink.
Go ahead. So if you guys have any predictions or anything for the next half, throw them at us. I tend to think that GWS is probably going to still end up with about a 3 or 4 goal win with the way that I felt Essendon are hanging on a little. Ronnie, our 2016 year was good. Then we met Sydney at the SCG in the semi. Yes, and Sydney 2016 obviously, could have gone on to win that grand final should they have rocked up like they did the previous few weeks. GWS might win. I agree with you, Docker fan. I think they're pretty well placed at the moment. I'm looking at their disposal winners right now, and Canelio's up to 20. He's having a belter of a game. And then you've got Kelly, Williams, and Hopper. So they've got the 4 leading disposal winners on the ground. It's hard to see Essendon being able to keep responding over 4 quarters, which is the way the game's been played at the moment. They have to respond all the time. So I'm with you, Docker fan. I think GWS might get up.
Dustin Martin is the best. At what? He's not the best player in the competition, I can tell you that much.
No, but he's certainly been playing very well over recent weeks.
Dustin Martin this year, I would think doesn't even make top 5.
Let me put it to you this way then. Over the past 5 weeks, is he a top 5 player in the AFL? Because he's been turning it on the last 5 weeks. Where do you think he sits in the last 5 weeks? In fact, let's run through some players that we think might actually be in that bracket. I'm looking at Michael Walters as the first one I think of. I'm trying to think outside the box with players that have been in great form over the past... over the bye weeks, let's say. Over the bye weeks of the last month.
Well, you'd have to go Grundy.
Grundy, I think Brad Crouch has been in very good form, hasn't he?
Yeah, but he has been for most of the year.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say top 5 form.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
I wouldn't say Tim Kelly's up there. Maybe Dangerfield.
Cripps
is definitely in there.
Dominant. Yeah. Makes me think who's really over the last few weeks been the shining light. Who have the stories been about? And I suppose Michael Walters is the first name that pops to my mind.
Maybe Yo.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Underrated somewhat over the past few weeks.
I think he's underrated in most... When talking about elite midfielders, he's never in that conversation.
No one ever talks about him, but his numbers stack up.
Canelio, yes, and he's definitely come up from the start of the year.
Yeah.
He had a slow start to the year, but I don't think he's been in that top 5 bracket of players.
I guess maybe we're looking at...
Thoughts on Bryce Gibbs currently? It's very interesting, Mad-Eye, because we do talk about him most weeks.
Yeah, he's a hot topic on Footy Rivals, Bryce Gibbs.
Yeah.
We don't... What I think the general consensus among the two of us is that we don't understand...
Why he's not in the team.
Well, Adelaide stance around saying that he needs to put on more defensive pressure and things like that. I don't think he's a player that you just bring into your side and say, hey, you're a defensive player now. So I don't know why it's such a big deal.
My commentary on it was that you don't bring Bryce Gibbs into your team for his defensive pressure.
No,
you bring him in for his class with ball in hand.
Yeah. I think he's someone that could immediately help Adelaide if they started using him the right way.
Yeah, on the outside.
Yeah.
You don't want him in the inside. He's not an inside player.
Just let him run the outside as smooth as he can run it. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, he puts enough pressure on to make it look like he can be an inside player, but he's not.
He corrals players. He doesn't tackle players.
Yeah. He's an outside, smooth-moving guy who could be of serious value to a team that can use him the right way.
Especially at his age as well. You don't want him at his age playing in a role that he's never played and damaging his body.
Don't teach the old dog new tricks.
It doesn't...
Just don't teach the old dog new tricks.
It doesn't correlate to making much sense.
Particularly when he's very good at the one trick he already did.
Yeah, he's playing in the SANFL for all the wrong reasons though, Mad-Eye. He shouldn't be playing in the SANFL right now, even based on his form. He should be in the team.
Ronnie believes he's having mental health issues with gambling allegations. Well,
that's the first I've heard of that.
News to me. We need to play him in the right role.
Yeah, the right role.
That's right, Mad-Eye.
I feel like maybe a wing role for him would be all right.
I think it'd be
But
fine.
I'm not sure if he
Yeah.
can run hard enough on the wing.
And they don't need him inside. Why
No.
are you so desperate to create him inside when you just don't need him there? The Crouch brothers, Sloan, all these guys just play really good. Ellis Yeoman's been great inside.
Yeah, big bull in there.
Yeah, I don't understand why they would want him.
I suppose
inside.
you guys are from South Australia, so you would hear much more about South
Yeah,
Australian players.
I guess,
I would imagine that is reported in the South Australian news sphere.
Yes. Meanwhile, we just report on Walters and Nick Nat. That's all we do.
Not going to complain about Nick Nat.
I won't complain about Walters then.
I'm so keen for him to be back because
Yeah. What does he do to your side? What is?
he makes
Yeah.
he makes the side more proactive.
Yeah, I think he puts them on the front foot rather than... And West Coast play the back foot role really good where they set up and do their own thing.
Yeah.
But to give them an attacking edge...
I'm so
I mean, do you
excited.
expect him... Simpson has urged West Coast fans to be a bit patient, be cautious. What are you going into this game? He's not going to play an overly big amount in the middle.
But he doesn't need to.
No,
he will
he
come
doesn't
out
need to.
and he will make an immediate impact.
I think so.
He will do that. That's just the kind of player he is.
The follow-up work is something that West Coast haven't had. Like, Tom Hickey might win a hit out and put it to his midfielder's advantage, but he's not going to follow that up and be dangerous around his own clearance. Nick Nat's going to follow it up, and it's going to be a guy that your ruckman then has to watch, or the opposition ruckman has to watch.
What's the best team ever? Well, you can't say 08 to 2016 Hawks. It's you got to pick 1 year.
Yeah, it's either 08 or then the three-peat. They're two different sides.
Team ever.
I've had this argument a few times, and I usually tend to back in the Brisbane Lions three-peat.
Yeah, but which year? I think maybe 2000
Are we
Bombers.
narrowing it down to 1 year, are we? Okay.
Not an era.
2000
one year.
Bombers.
2000 Bombers is
good
very
call.
good.
Good
2009
call.
St Kilda, very, very good.
I would go with the 2007 Geelong outfit.
No, I think 2008 Geelong
I think
outfit's
they were
better
amazing.
than 2007.
I thought the 2007 Geelong outfit, and so
But
they
you're
didn't
only
change much to
you're-
2008.
You're only saying that because of their grand final performance.
I mean, that's definitely a factor.
During the year, though.
How many wins did they get during that year? I'd be interested to know their record, because I
think they were only one game clear.
I think Port Adelaide was the
They were second.
only team to beat them that year.
Yes.
So I think they only lost one.
The only
win-
really
one
good game that Geelong actually played was in the grand final.
Did they lose? I mean, if anyone's got the record for the 2007 Cats, hit us up, because I thought that they'd only lost one or two games in that year. I actually tend to think that 2011 Collingwood, who didn't win the flag, was
very good.
super.
They are actually the best ranked team in the competition since 2004 when what are they called? The data collecting.
Champion Data?
Champion Data, when they came about and started collecting data since 2004, 2011 Magpies is the best team in existence.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Interesting, right?
Very interesting. I would say the 2010 Saints were also very good.
What team do you
2009
guys
Saints
hate?
Currently? As in, teams we don't like at the moment? We could just point at each other. That could be our stream for the next half an hour. I think.
Do you hate?
Ooh, who do I not like to see? I mean, I don't like watching North Melbourne, but I don't hate them.
I don't like the Cats, to be honest.
Okay, who do I not like to see win?
I respect
generally?
them. I don't like them.
Yeah, they're hard to like. I mean, mine used to be Sydney. It's probably not anymore. It's tough. Used to be Sydney. I don't really have a team that I hate anymore, I don't think, Deshaun. I don't have
will
one
you
that I can
guys
think
stream the Derby? We need to find out when the Derby is being played, actually.
Yeah, we'll look into that a little more closely during the week.
We will try to if we... Oh, no, it's a night game, I think.
I think it might be. The first one was.
I think it's Saturday night.
I'm trying to use Optus Stadium to its full potential.
Doesn't leave me with many options.
No. Excellent. Cameron tackle. That's what I need. Get those fantasy points up, Jeremy. I don't even know what he's on.
Actually, what are the fantasy points in this game so far? Kelly and Cornelio are clearly above the rest.
Yes, they are.
Where's Merritt?
Cornelio's got 20 touches at...
Tackles. Langford's all right. Clark has gone very well. I tell you what, he's a great player.
Tom Clark's really good, hey? And very good player to watch and keep a track of.
Welcome.
Oh, that's a bad call. I don't know if that's a good call.
I hate Collingwood. Yeah, that's fair enough. Everyone hates Collingwood if you're not a Collingwood supporter.
Hawthorn might be one, but I recognise that I only hate them for their success. So that kind of makes me think I'm...
Yeah,
maybe I don't hate them.
I actually quite liked their arrogance in their three-peat. It was
the real swagger.
It was very infectious.
I mean, it's tough for us because we lost to them, both of us. But, it was infectious, yeah.
I freaking hate Collingwood. I hate Hawthorn too. Same, other than... Also, welcome, Bomber. I hate Hawthorn colours. To be fair, their Power Rangers outfit was...
that was the worst thing. That would be up there rivaling the Freo retro stuff.
It's not the... Okay, so the worst jumper in existence in history.
In history. So Freo's...
I think the West Coast jumper in the early 2000s is up there.
The Freo jersey where they had the chain coming off the anchor that was going diagonally, that one was super bad.
I think Port Adelaide had one that was really bad. It was one that was like West Coast's stupid colours.
Yeah, I remember Port Adelaide used to have that lightning strike with the teal in the background. That was bad.
That was a bad one. You had the Blues... The Mars Blues.
Yeah, was that the
blue?
The
really
grey one?
light blue one?
Oh, the light
really
blue one.
light blue
That was
one.
worse than the grey one. God, the Blues have had some shockers.
I don't know why they wore a grey one. They're navy blues. That was their Clash jumper, wasn't it?
Maybe they're just trying to stay away and keep low,
I actually quite like Gold Coasts. A lot of people don't like it.
I've never had a problem with it. I've never sat there and said I actually like it, but I've never had a problem with it either.
It's the same with the Giants. I
like that they look like lifesavers. Well. They're on the Gold Coast.
They're lifesavers. The Crows' old Clash. A lot of the Clash Guernseys don't make a lot of sense to me, and they don't need to be worn all the time either. That's quite annoying.
So Jeremy Cameron gets another goal there, and that's the first goal of the half. GWS are out.
It's still it's 7 points.
But this is the thing. Every time GWS has sort of come out,
the Pink
Essendon have
Hawks
responded.
jumper. I think the Pink Hawks jumper was for...
I mean, it was for breast cancer. Can we
So
can we be that angry at that?
I don't mind that.
Yeah. Fair bump. Play on. What are we up to on the stream here? 13. Thanks for joining us tonight, guys.
Yeah, everybody. If you haven't already, we should probably ask you, make sure you leave a like as well.
Yeah.
Get some support around the stream. Yeah, so it's a bit of a slow start.
Yeah.
We're going to lose. You reckon, Bomber? It feels like in the second quarter you guys were hanging on. I liked when I joined. Thank you, Mad Eye.
Yeah, you guys would... But that's the thing. It's what we were talking about. Essendon has needed a response to match GWS, which makes me feel like GWS is obviously in the dominant position here.
And here we... Cornelio.
Does that count as a kick? Is that...
Yeah, it's a kick.
Oh, thank God.
It's just spoiled.
Fantasy points. Good. Excellent. Okay, this could work for Essendon. This is going to open it up a little.
Through the middle. I would have taken the bounce.
Oh, you totally could have taken the bounce. That's so silly.
It's so much space. And that's... What a weird bounce of the ball!
I mean, and this could... Oh, that's a great kick.
That's a great kick.
That is an excellent kick.
That's a shocking kick.
I don't know where that's going. Catch it if you can. And that's a bad free kick to give away by Fantasia.
Stupid.
Try and nudge him under. Don't just go over the top of him. Silly. I mean,
I like when I joined. Thank you, Docker. Ariella. Shut up, Ronnie.
My favourite Crows game so far this year would be Melbourne. Yeah, that was a really good game. Yeah, up in Darwin there. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. the point that he made their game, the Crows are always up there, but they're not quite there.
Yeah.
I reckon one of their faults is they never bottom out. I don't think they ever finished below 14th, which means that they don't get any good draft picks. They're still the only
trade
team.
with Carlton this year may create an excellent draft pick for them.
They're still the only team in the competition that does not have a top 10 draft pick. Or did they get one last year?
Did they not have? I'm trying to think.
Well, in 2017, in the grand final year, they did not have a single top 10 draft pick on their list. I don't think that they've got one still. Bryce Gibbs.
Bryce Gibbs, okay. Yeah. He would be the only one, because the closest one outside of him that I can think of would be Darcy Fogarty, who went at 12.
Chance Jones last year picked 10.
Oh, Chase Jones.
So there you
go.
Yeah. So they've got a couple there now, but they don't
bottom out, which I think is admirable.
They don't bottom out.
I like
don't
that they don't
picks.
accept mediocrity. That's good. I'll take that. It does make it somewhat difficult to rise above a bit. Although teams in recent years that haven't needed to bottom out. I mean, the last two premiers, Richmond themselves never truly bottomed out to go and get a number one pick, did they? They built their team around guys like Vlosten, McIntosh, and dudes like that. Did they ever have a really top pick? Martin was pick 4 or 5 or something, wasn't he?
I wouldn't say that Richmond hasn't bottomed out though.
I know that they were bad for a while, but I don't know how. I don't know what their lowest finish was in the, say, 10 to 5, like 8 to 10 years before they made the grand final.
Second or third last.
Okay, all right. So
they bottomed out.
Yeah, they were down there, which was probably the year they picked up Dustin Martin.
I think the
I know they wasted a lot of top picks. Actually, I'm trying to think they wasted like Tambling and
the year
Fiora
before their 3 finals run, 13, 14, 15. I think in 2012 2011 and 12 they were bottoming out per se. Bomber. If you lose this game, you're not playing finals.
Yeah, it makes it really tough.
Yeah,
I don't know what Essendon's run home is like. Did you do their mid-season review, or was that Joel? Or was that me? Did I do Essendon? I did Essendon.
You did. Yeah,
I think it's tough.
To be fair, I don't remember a lot of what I said. In the mid-season.
I can't remember
all of the notes and everything that I made. I literally threw out today.
Yeah, mine went by the wayside after I did the videos, but. If you want to go back and check them out, by the way, they're on the AFL Access channel, so feel free to flick through the content on the page. We went through and did all of the every single. It's actually the first series that we've gone and done every single club and completed. We've done pre-season reviews and post-season reviews and stuff like that, but we've never actually completed every single club. We did it this year. We got there. Sack Worsfold and get Blakey. Blakely, do you mean? Blake, I don't know. Are you talking about in coaches? Blake who? Blackie.
Cats are the opposite of the Crows. They're either good or really bad. I wouldn't say that. I haven't seen the Crows bottom out for a long time. The Cats, sorry. The Cats haven't bottomed out since. Perennially a good team. 2006 they missed finals. But I wouldn't say they bottomed out. I think they finished like 10th or something around there. I reckon the last time they bottomed out would have been 2003, 2004, somewhere around there. Yeah, probably. That's a good run. Essendon will take a stop. That's all right, yeah. That's better than behind. So we've got a couple of Essendon fans watching now. What do you guys think of your team so far tonight? You've got to be happy with the response from the Eagles game, which was totally flat. This, you guys are in it and you keep responding. What are you guys thinking of your performance from your Bombers? It is definitely better than last week. I think so. Last week was... this could help. Embarrassing, Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought it was hooking back too far anyway. It's going to be behind. Yeah, get out. Get out the way. We are doing well. I agree, Jay. I think you guys are actually putting up quite the fight. And really, all you got to do is get to the last quarter and hope maybe you've got the legs. Who knows? Just stay in touch. Don't get blown out, which is exactly the way that they're playing at the moment. Look behind you. You've got players behind in support. Really good players. Sard has been on fire tonight. Well, he's been better.
better. When he's got the ball, he's been
That's holding the
great
ball,
with
right?
it.
And he took that.
No,
he took
that'll
that
get called back.
advantage.
That'll get called back. Okay.
I swear
He did take that advantage.
that
I
is
think.
if that's in the middle of the ground, that's
So
advantage.
that's holding the ball.
That is
I mean, it
taking
happens.
advantage.
You can never tell though. Like
This is the thing, though.
You got to see it in live replay.
The ball is. The play didn't stop. The ball was. Yeah, I don't agree with that. Hey boys, what's up? What's going on, Riley? Welcome, mate. Chris Judd said back ages ago that Essendon was the quickest team he has ever seen. How ages ago are you talking? 2012?
Yeah, which year? Which year were they the quickest?
2012, I think the Bombers were the quickest
Who
team.
did they have as their quick players? And like Connie Dempsey would run a fair bit, wouldn't he?
They played the kind of run and gun game that GWS were known for a couple of years ago. You guys aren't allowed to do well, though. I'm 27 from my last 4 rounds. Really? You've tipped 27 out of 27 in the last 4 rounds. That's impressive.
I have had a good last few rounds in the tipping. I'm back on top at my work comp. I had 4 last week, which isn't great, but the week before I got all 6, which was good. How are we looking in our fantasy stats here, mate? If we just peg ourselves there. So Kelly and Canelio still quite above. Dyson Heppel not having a terrible game. Merritt, Williams, Bellchambers. Okay. So, close to dropping the ball.
Okay. Umpires this year are bad. They are very... Actually, this is probably one of the best umpires.
Yeah, I haven't seen too many calls
I've
where
noticed.
I've been like, hey, this was blatantly missed or blatantly called wrong.
I mean, I do think that advantage just before it should have been called advantage.
Yeah.
And
Although, but a lot of those never are. If it's a goal, whatever, play on advantage. And if it's a point, they call it back. I don't agree with that
rules
at
can
all.
be differently interpreted depending on where it is.
On how it favours the team. Yeah.
Where it is on the field.
Yeah.
I don't agree with that.
Yeah.
Because if that was in the middle of the ground, that's called advantage.
Yes. Yeah. Well done, Hooker.
Yeah, Hooker.
The lone bomber to have a good game last week.
He just wants the ball.
And a good kick. And they're away.
Yeah, it came off.
So Essendon again, they've responded again.
Do they have...
That's great.
Yeah, that's great.
That's
you could almost call that tunnelling.
Yeah, I think you would if you didn't take the mark, really. I mean, that's...
That is, he's taking out his legs.
Really good mark.
For Essendon, 100%, especially Collingwood, was shocking umpiring. To be fair, I reckon about 90% of games this year, the umpiring's not been great.
Yeah.
In saying that, that's kind of the AFL's fault with their stupid interpretation of rules.
I mean, it would be really tough to be an umpire. Absolutely.
It's not enough.
Didn't get enough on it.
That's twice that's happened to the Bombers.
Yeah. Got to really take their chances here too. Although I know mid-season reviews-wise, I did GWS last week, and I did touch on how they're not a terrific fourth quarter side.
It's true.
I don't know how Essendon goes in the fourth, but GWS are not terrific.
That's a good kick under pressure. There you go. Giants get out again.
So Cameron gets his third. Okay, that's good for my fantasy side. I'd like to see where Jeremy's at here.
He's 3 goals.
60. I'll take that. Okay. So,
Do we have any injuries yet in this game? No, we don't. This is the first game I reckon we've done the watch party on
without
we haven't had
an
any
injury
injuries.
that's really affected it, yeah.
Both times the Crows started 1-3, we won the flag. Fair enough gamer, I suppose. To be fair, we've won the flag in every year of the dog.
Really? Wow, okay.
92, 06 and 18. Oh, 94, 06 and 18. Every year of the dog, we won the flag.
I'm very interested to see how this game plays out from here. You know, can Essendon get the next one? If they don't, I feel like it puts them really like
you feel like
spot.
It puts them back, but it's still only 3 goals. But in saying that, Essendon have only kicked 39 points for the game.
Yeah.
It's a super low-scoring game. And it's very interesting, actually. Marvel games this year have been very low-scoring.
Yeah.
And it's the one ground in the competition that you can always have perfect football played.
I tell you,
you'd think it would be the highest scoring ground in the competition because of that, but
you
it's
would
not.
Think that, and it's kind of like, you know, you would think the shape of it would make it a fast deck in a way. There's no real like reason why you shouldn't be able to move freely on it. I am happy that they've decided they're going to close the roof from now
for the rest of the year. Yeah. Finally, we have that decision.
It's been awful for fans having to watch that.
I would agree with you there, Alex. The AFL changed too many rules every single season. They should just change some rules, right? Every 3 years.
Adjust accordingly.
I think they should
let the game
be allowed
to
play.
Yeah.
I think they should only be allowed to change rules every 3 years.
I like that. I've never thought of a concept like that, but that does. I'm on board with that. Just let it sit. Let players get used to it. You know.
Let the competition just settle with the rules.
Yeah.
Like the way that the game is being played with the new 666 rules and everything this year may not be the same way that the game is played next year.
Exactly.
What about the AFLX? What do you think about it? I love AFLX.
Yeah, AFLX is good.
It brings personality to the game that the AFL doesn't allow.
The alternative is to just have it be dead space.
And you can definitely see that all of the players that played in the AFLX this year had a great time on the field.
Yeah, they had fun. Yeah.
When you even had a Rewalt either take the place kick or set up for a place kick, you don't see that in the AFL. It's a great spectacle.
Yeah. No, I like AFLX. I'm on board. Otherwise, it's just dead space in the off-season. And I hate that.
I don't agree with that, Matt. I do not let club fans and fans vote on rules because fans are really stupid.
And they just let emotions just overcome everyone.
They don't know. It's the same thing with the gaming community. When you let a community say what they want and get what they want, the community unfortunately doesn't actually know what they want.
Yeah.
Especially when they get what they want and they complain, oh, we got this. It's not actually that good. They don't actually know what they want. Do you think the Brownlow should be moved to the finals bye week? I'm undecided. I really like that it's a part of grand final week. It's just a part of grand final week.
I'm going to say no, I don't think it should be moved, but that's actually quite an intriguing concept to break up the week.
It has crossed my mind before.
Yeah.
I'm just not sure whether the AFL could pull it off so close to the end of a round and organising all of the votes together and the whole setup.
Yeah, it would be tough for them, yeah.
I mean, the AFL can't even organise decent cameras on the field. How do you expect to do that?
On the goal line.
One day after the final round of the game. Okay, good point. Scrap fans. 66 just stops teams playing a spare behind the ball for 3 quarters. No, not for 3 quarters. It just stops them playing a loose behind the ball for the first 20 seconds of each bounce.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I actually quite like it.
The 666 rule is the one of them that I really enjoy. I think it makes the game a little, those late game situations. That's a leg.
trip.
Yeah. Those late game situations where you need a clearance and perhaps a goal could seal it. You're like, oh, we've got a chance because we know it's 6 on 6.
Got the 666. That's right.
That's really good. Well read by Hurley.
Yeah, very good.
Really well read. And
If
he's
you
off.
relax too much of the rules one day, one rule will change and there will be a lot of free kicks. But yes, they are panicking. Yeah, I agree.
So how are we looking disposals-wise? Because I can see Cornelio's up to a hell of a lot. Williams, 21. Hopper, 20. Jacob Hopper having a good game, quietly.
Quietly, yeah. Kelly's not having
4
the flashes.
tackles as well. 4 tackles. Yeah.
Holding Cameron.
Hey! Excellent. Okay. This could be his 4th goal. He's going for a bag.
It is Cameron that he was holding, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
It's hard to see players on this tiny little screen that we've got.
Yeah, that's I think that's a hold. I think he got a jump. I think he got a jumper in there as well. Maybe
wrong side for the left footer.
Just put it through, mate.
Do you think he's got it?
I'll back him in. Yeah, okay, come on.
I think he's going near side.
I think he should check side or something.
I think he's going near side.
Yeah, you're dead right. he missed a lot. Okay, I lose fantasy points on that. Great, thanks, Jeremy.
I don't actually think you do.
Don't you for an out on the full?
No, because it doesn't.
Oh well, you get the kick
actually,
and then you get the free kick against, do you?
Well,
so
no,
it's like
because
0.
out on the full does not count as a free kick against.
Oh, well, excellent. Okay, good.
Just like it doesn't actually count for a free kick for.
Oh, right. Okay. Brilliant.
What do you guys think of Lachie Neale? He's dropped off a lot this year.
I don't think he's dropped off. He's dropped off over the last couple of weeks.
In a couple of weeks, but in the year overall.
It's been his best year.
Yeah.
I think.
I think he's done much the same as what he did at Fremantle. He's just getting recognised a lot more for it now. I think he's been fine, but yeah, dropped off the last few weeks. I still am questioning whether he's actually supposed to be the number 1 guy in a midfield. I think he's lucky he's got Dane Zorko, who puts on a ton of pressure. I don't know.
No, I think he can be the number 1. 2016, he was the number 1.
Yeah, he was. Although that side won 4 games,
Well, that side won 4 games, but in 2016, he had the most disposals ever in the AFL.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
he can be the number 1.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Who's that, Bello?
Could
It's
be.
Chambers, yeah?
Who's been a massive part in this game.
Yeah. Actually,
He's
that's a very
limping.
good point.
Only edging him in hitouts.
Yes, but in terms of meters game, Mumford's had minus
-3,
-3, so he's having
wow.
a shocking.
Yeah.
Maybe. Who's your bet to win the Coleman?
You can't go past Cameron. He's too far out in front.
Yeah. Although Hawkins, I don't think was terribly far behind him, but Hawkins needed to have a big game last week, and he didn't.
We still have half the year to go, and it's anyone's, if Cameron goes down for the year. But
I would say Hawkins is the next in line, and after that, it's a bit of a free fall.
The gap is 5 goals. No.
Okay, so there's Mumford trying to insert himself while Bell Chambers is out.
Well, yeah, what's he done?
We've put the curse on him from when we said that we hadn't had any injuries.
I didn't put the curse on him. I put the curse on somebody.
You don't see big bags of goals from anyone anymore.
No, you're not wrong. Although, in saying that, Josh Kennedy probably should have had about 8 last week.
And we saw 7 from Kerno a few weeks ago. We saw 6 from Walters.
Yeah.
There are bags, but they're not massive. They're not huge.
They're not
I know
the
what
bags
you're
of
saying.
the 90s. No.
It's not threatening to get to 10 or anything like that.
Yes, I remember when Buddy got 13. I also remember when Lacroix got 12.
Yeah. Wow. Who was that against? Was that against Essendon? Was it? Or the Bulldogs?
No, against Essendon.
Yeah,
yes.
right. Yeah.
2010, I want to say.
Oh, it's a holding free. Damn it. Yeah, somewhere around there. Yeah.
He actually holds the record of most goals on the head-to-head.
Right. For that performance.
Yeah.
Right.
Unless, I'm not sure whether Buddy kicked his 13 at head-to-head.
I think it might have been at the G.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the Cry holds the record at Etihad. I remember JJ last year got 8 against the Blues. Oh, Josh Jenkins. You say JJ, and I think of Johannesson. So.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I do mean Marvel. Yes, sorry, that's what it's called now, isn't it?
Well, that's going to be cut off. This could open things up a little here if Essendon can move it quickly.
But they won't.
Oh, then...
And he kept his feet!
Wow.
That's holding the man. Yeah, that's Shields' ball. Didn't have the ball.
Okay, so Essendon can go here. That's a good kick.
Not quite.
Didn't work out exactly.
Advantage.
But here we go. Someone moved.
And that forward line was really badly played.
That
That's
was
such
stagnant.
bad forward craft.
Yeah. I was waiting for someone to just make a promising lead.
Oh, what are you doing, Green? Missed a handball. Put yourself under pressure again.
That's terrible forward craft. That's where they really miss someone like Joe Danaher or even Stringer. At least they would have led into
holding
space.
The ball.
Have they called that? Oh, that was fumbled totally.
Yeah, it was really bad forward craft. The guy that was the deepest forward didn't lead to the pocket where he should have gone. He stayed in the square and then came up the corridor where there was no space.
So crowded in there too. That was that could have been done so much better. Just some movement would have helped.
Docklands is actually the name of the ground.
I think Docklands is the name of the suburb too, isn't it?
It's not the name of the stadium. So you know how you've got it's GMHBH or whatever the hell stadium it is. It's actually Cardinia Park. That's the ground. Yeah. That's the name of the ground. Docklands is the name of the ground.
Yes. Okay, quarter time, 3/4 time, I should say. It's a 10-point margin.
10-point game. So we're going to see here the Bell Chambers incident.
So
what did he do?
He's got his leg caught up in there somewhere.
It's his calf? Did he pop his calf or Achilles or something?
I have no idea. That is a really innocuous injury.
Well, still Telstra Dome, Etihad and Marvel. Well, still, it was Telstra Dome in 2001. So in 18 years, it's had 3 names.
Yeah.
You go to Subiaco, who in the last 5 years went from
Subiaco to Patterson's to Domain.
And there was one in between there as well.
Was there?
Yeah.
Okay, wow. All right.
They had something like 3 name changes or something the last 5
I
years.
do still miss, like, when I was going to Optus Stadium, the few times I've been there to go to the footy, I still miss actually walking through Subiaco the way you would, and there's the walk of, like, the Hall of Fame walk of WA football and stuff. It is a shame.
They're getting a Nicky Winmar statue.
At Optus Stadium, that's right. Yeah, there should be many statues there. There's a bunch of guys in WA who deserve football statues.
Polly Farmer, Barry Cable.
Yeah,
to name a few.
Even think of a few more like recent ones. You know,
you probably wouldn't put a statue of a recent player up though. You
know? No, you would start with the old guys and then work in once those modern day players become 10 years ago we saw Matthew Pavlich play or something like that.
This is the thing here, right? You talk about Matthew Pavlich potentially having a statue one day at Optus, right? But Nicky Winmar played for the Saints.
Right, okay, yeah.
So would you have Pavlich at Optus or would you have him in South Australia? Because he's a South Australian.
Yeah, I mean, that's at the discretion of whichever South Australian football body wants to do that, but I would have one in WA for him.
But it's a very interesting thing, considering the Nicky
Yeah.
Winmar situation with his statue.
Another interesting thing would be, like, would you put one of Pavlich at Optus or at Fremantle
is
Oval?
The longest kick. I would also disagree with that. The longest kick.
I think he's a very long, accurate kick. But the longest kick in the AFL, I feel like it's obvious, but I can't think of it right now. Seedsman, Paul Seedsman can kick a ball.
There's a lot of long kicks. You've got Hearn.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, Shannon Hearn, right.
Someone mentioned Tex. Tex does... I think Tex has lost a lot of power in his leg.
I think these guys they must be talking about, like, long kicks at goal. long kicks at goal who are quite genuinely accurate are Buddy, and I think of Tex a bit maybe when he gets a roost
Can
up.
do. If he marks the ball outside 50 and then
Yeah.
wheels around.
Yeah.
If he's doing it on the set shot, though,
Which is
not
similar
been
to Buddy. When Buddy's wheeling around, he can get a lot of distance on his shots. Yeah, I don't know. Longest kick in the AFL. I mean, I think of Seedsman just for that torp he unloaded earlier in the season.
I don't think Martin has a longer kick, no. I think Martin's topping out at about 55. I have seen Buddy kick 60-metre kicks.
Yeah.
And in saying that, I have seen Tex kick 60-metre kicks.
Yeah. I think you've got to look at someone like Shannon Hearn who does it
Danaher?
consistently. Oh, yeah, Danaher. Danaher's huge.
Actually,
He
do you
puts
know what?
together
I think
a
probably
huge kick.
Danaher's got the biggest kick.
Yeah. He's got a massive kick on him, yeah. I'm trying to think of who's in the grand final, like, longest kick contests as players. Like, who generally is in them. But I never really keep up with them, so it's hard to remember.
Fletcher, but he's not playing anymore.
Yeah.
He probably would have been the longest kick.
Yeah, probably. It's an interesting one.
I think Tex has the longest non-dominant kick. See, I wouldn't agree with that either.
Brendan Favola, yeah, he's always in those contests, Mad Eye, and he I actually watched some highlights of Fev today. They came up on my feed for some reason.
He's probably you can't even say he's a modern player anymore because he hasn't played since 2010.
He's just one of those players that, with all the stuff that surrounded him off the field or in his post-football life,
it never fazed him. Yeah,
we forget how well he played at times, and he's a 2-time Coleman medal winner. He's an amazing footballer.
He was probably of his era. And I know Buddy was a great forward, but I would rate him as a half forward.
Yeah.
I think Brendan Favola was probably the best full forward of the 2000s.
Yeah. Oh, do you rate Matthew Lloyd in that?
Oh, yeah. I think Lloyd was probably better early 2000s.
Yeah, early 2000s.
Late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah, Lloyd sort of transcended
he
into
transferred
the 2000s.
the millennium.
Yeah.
Whereas I think Favola was purely 2000s.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, okay. That's not a bad call. I'm trying to think of others like, Richardson was again 90s, but he wasn't pure full forward anyway,
Richardson?
Yeah, like...
He was.
I mean, he was.
Yeah, only 2008 was the only year that he played in the winter.
Yeah, so Richardson...
And 2009,
maybe,
but then he did his hammy in 2009.
But again, he's also probably in the same era as Lloyd, whereas the next few years were Favola. Yeah, I'm trying to think of guys who won Coleman's around that time, because Fev won 2. I think, did Mark Williams from Hawthorn ever win a Coleman?
No,
he didn't win one. No, he was a good goal kicker, but he never won a Coleman.
No, he never won a Coleman.
Fraser Gehrig kicked a lot of goals as a full forward.
He did get a Coleman. He kicked over 100.
Fraser Gehrig, I think, got
2004,
3 Colemans. I wouldn't
2004 was the last year that...
besides Buddy.
And that was Fraser Gehrig, I'm pretty sure.
I think Fraser Gehrig won 2 or 3 Colemans.
I think so.
Yeah, he won a few. So he'd have to be up there, but I still think Fev was a better player, even if he didn't kick as many goals as Fraser
He still
Gehrig.
kicked a lot of goals, though.
Oh, yeah, no,
Fev.
he still kicked a heap, yeah.
And considering his career was cut short...
Yeah,
let's be
absolutely.
fair,
Yeah, it was.
He kicked a lot of goals.
Rewalt.
That's a good...
But we're talking about pure full forwards in that sense. And Rewalt moved a lot up the ground.
Yeah, Rewalt was more of a half forward.
Yeah, definitely.
If you're saying best forward, then you can't go past Buddy.
Yeah.
But in terms of full forwards, I think Favola is the best full forward in the 2000s era. I think probably Kennedy is the best full forward modern.
Last
10
sure.
years.
Yeah.
Modern last 10
Absolutely.
years.
Yeah. When you count Buddy as a half forward, yes, you would say Kennedy is the best full forward of that time. Yeah. Jack Rewalt potentially coming close to him, but not beating him.
I would say he's a very close second.
Yeah. Okay, so no score there for the Giants, but this may be.
Yeah, that's going to be
Hayeks has just tipped the Giants by 27, and I kind of agree that they might get out to somewhere around that margin.
I think they'll blow this out a bit.
It could even be more, given that they've started... that's a 3-goal win in the quarter. I think they could win this quarter by 5 or 6 goals, potentially, if they can get away from them. Having said that, maybe I'm underselling
Did you just say
Essendon's effort
27's a 3-goal win?
in this quarter, which they're already up by 10.
Just pulled it to the right. Chris Tarrant? No.
No, good, but not in that
Chris Tarrant
frame.
had one good year as a forward,
Yeah.
and that was it.
He was okay. He's not in that frame, though.
You got to remember that he was traded to Fremantle and then changed
He
to
became
a
a
backman.
backman, yeah. Actually, one forward, I mean, this is not a key forward, but one guy that I think of that always surprises me when I remember that he became a backman later on in his career was Leon Davis.
Yeah.
I totally always forget that he made an All-Australian side as a back pocket or something.
Everyone forgets or either doesn't know that he spent 1 year on West Coast list.
Yeah, see, I forget about that.
But he never played a game for West Coast.
I know he's a WA guy. Like, he lives in WA now.
The last year of his career he spent on West Coast list.
Right.
But he never played a game. Actually, in saying that, West Coast picks up a lot of Collingwood players.
Yeah, there's a lot of exchange between the two clubs, isn't there?
Great cutoff.
Phil Davis again.
Yeah. He's just has the knack to be able to get in the way.
Mad Eye's asking, what is our favourite mark of all time? Hard to go past Gary Moorcroft. I think.
Yeah, actually,
that full stretch.
I
Sampi
was reading somewhere this week that Gary Moorcroft attributed that mark to the end of his career. Because he damaged his hip in that mark, and it went undiagnosed.
See, that makes me like it even more for the significance of that mark. That's amazing.
This mark ended his career.
Yeah, what a way to go out with the greatest mark of all time.
Yeah.
I mean, Sampi's mark was fantastic.
Yes.
Sampi's was brilliant.
One of the best marks of all time, for me, and this is as a West Coast supporter, that was never acknowledged as a great mark. In fact, you even go to the top 50 marks of all time on YouTube, and this isn't even featured in there, and that's Matt Rosa going with the flight of the pack, or going against the flight of the pack, and he comes over the top, goes over the whole pack, and you know, and
not talked about enough. Yeah,
it's one of those Brown Rewalt marks, but he doesn't have the same name behind him.
So take flashiness out of it. What about moment? What if we're counting significance? Because this is going to be unhappy for you, but how about Leo Barry?
I know it was like, what I thought of as well.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
But as one of the most important marks of all time, I'm going to go with it.
Mark of all time.
Yeah.
Let's be fair.
Yeah. Coming back with that flight, yeah.
Sampi was held.
Yeah. Well, Maynard would argue he was blocked. So.
Sampi was held, all right. Dom Sheed last year. It's an important mark.
A very important mark, but one that he took without
the
much
Leo
stress,
Barry mark is the most important mark
in
the history of the game, I reckon.
Yeah, I'd say so. So here we go. Cameron through to... No. That'll be a ball up.
One last roll of the dice. Do you... Ronnie!
That's awesome. I like that. I vividly just relived that moment.
Shut up!
Did you vividly just relive that? Yeah, I think you did.
I read it in the bloody voice.
Jeremy McGovern's mark, Matt. Actually, good call. Here we go. Kelly's going to have a shot, is it? Yeah. The McGovern mark, definitely up there. But I'm going to settle on Leo Barry being the most significant.
I would think that Liam Ryan's mark in that chain is the best mark in that chain.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm trying to think of other great marks that have affected grand finals, but I mean, in recent times, it's, outside of the Collingwood West Coast grand final, they weren't tight enough for a mark to affect it. It had to be a goal.
Yeah, Leo. I think it's Leo Barry's the most important mark.
Yeah,
of all time. It's not the best. It's not the flashiest, but it is the most important mark of all time.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Dom Sheed's kick on goal is probably one of the most important kicks on goal.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of one that would be more important, but I think that's the most important kick on goal.
I mean, you always hear the story, you're a kid in the back. Yeah, and you have a shot at the last shot on goal to win the game. Sheed has that moment for the rest of his life.
Yeah, forever. Yeah.
I mean, you've got the kick right there. The mark and kick at the moment.
Well, see, he was talking about it during the week, some radio station saying, his mates still send him Patrick Cripps' stats every week to remind him that the Eagles took him before Patrick Cripps in the draft. And now he can just text them back links to the YouTube video of the kick on goal. So he's got some fodder up his sleeve now. Hi, X. No need to mention Brian Lake as a Norm Smith medalist. Why would you do that to me? I don't need to remember that. That's a great tackle. But Essendon, look, they haven't attacked this quarter.
No, they're 18. They're 3 goals down.
5.5 minutes gone, 3 goals down, and they haven't made an attack. So they might be out of gas. Although, I will say this, even if they do go on to get rolled, it's been an admirable performance from Essendon to answer the call as many times as they did. They won't settle for admirable, but...
That's a throw, right?
I think he just sort of fumbled it. That's a tackle. That counts as a tackle for Canelio.
How long? Here's a good question for you. How long until Fremantle win a premiership?
How long you got?
I don't think it's going to be with this list.
Well, it just...
Because I think... Not that I don't think that this list that they have is good, but I think there are other lists that are coming
this is the thing that are going to be better. Like, they've rebuilt, and they've rebuilt in a really good way where it's starting to show promise, but who knows? Who knows?
That's a shocking decision.
That's a better one.
It worked, but he should have gone for
goal, right? It was a shocking decision. Good execution on a shocking decision.
Who's the best small forward of all time? You can't really go past Betts now.
I mean, he's sort of asserted himself there.
Yeah.
The only other one you'd argue is probably Lee Matthews, but then it gets too far between time.
But Lee Matthews wasn't a forward. He was a rover. Who just happened to kick a lot of goals.
That's true, yeah. So I don't... Yeah, I'm with you. I can't go past Eddie Betts for that frame. I mean, there's still been some great ones.
Paul Chapman, 2009, important goal. Yes. I don't think that was the sealer. That wasn't to get in front, though.
What was the one to get him in front? Who kicked that?
I'm not sure.
I don't know. God, that was a
Cyril
great
Rioli is not the best small forward of all time. He's a great small forward.
Yeah,
he's not the best
brilliant, but he's not the best.
Eddie Betts clearly is above him.
Yeah, I think so.
I would even put Peter Matera above Rioli.
Yeah, did Peter Matera spend a lot of time on the wing though?
No, it was just yes, and a half forward, but he was more of a small forward than anything else. Who spent time up the ground.
Yeah, okay.
John Coleman. Well, there's a reason that the medal is named after him. Good point. A lot of people wouldn't know why, because the interesting thing about John Coleman, right? He's not a known big bag, as in records and everything, but his very first game, I think he kicked like 5 or 8 goals or something like that.
Yeah.
His career was cut short by an ACL, and back in his day, that was a career ender.
Yeah.
Who's the most underrated player in the comp? Jeff Farmer for a small forward. Very good small forward.
Really good. Not in the frame of the best.
No, I wouldn't even say top
really
5.
Good. Not
I wouldn't
to
say even
him.
top 10.
No.
Stephen Milne, he's definite top 5.
Yeah.
Not the best.
Yeah.
I think he's top 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Even. Not the best. Who's the most underrated player in the competition? Yeah, that's a
good question. There are a lot of them.
You kind of look at your own club when that question is asked.
Yeah, I think, it's your interpretation of underrated. And there are so many of them.
Cripps is the most underrated player in the comp, do you reckon? Or are you talking about Cripps from West Coast as best forward? Because I don't agree with any of those statements.
No, right. Yeah, I think that's too hard of a question just to nail it down to one dude, and just because usually the guy who you would say is most underrated in the comp is probably rated quite well, and that's why people think he's underrated.
Yeah. He's rated by the fans of that club,
Yeah.
but not of other opposition fans. It's Rory Laird underrated, pushing it though. I wouldn't say Rory Laird is underrated.
No, I think that's how good he was at fantasy with AFL fantasy made him rated.
It's
with
made him
fans.
very rated with fans.
Yeah.
If I look at my club, I'll say Ricky Henderson. I don't think Ricky Henderson's underrated this year. He's had a very, very good year this year.
And he's got a lot of praise for it, yeah.
West Coast Crips. Oh, so his best small forward? No, he's not even top 10. He's not even top 20.
Yeah. Okay, he did his best to keep play alive.
Yeah, but the thing is look at the score difference. It's 19 points.
Yeah, it's tough.
The game's gone, I think. What is your favourite grand final?
Yours is going to be last year's. Or maybe it's 2006.
I think 18 is better than 06. But my favourite grand final... Yeah, my favourite grand final is probably 18. If you want to watch the best game of football that a team can play... You can't go past 2014 Grand Final Hawthorn.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
I reckon that is the best game of football that a team can play.
And it actually was a really... I've had this conversation with my brother who was watching earlier tonight, that it actually is... It was a really enjoyable game to watch Hawthorn play at such a level.
How good Hawthorn were
to watch them play
game.
at such a high level was actually enjoyable. It didn't matter that it was a blowout. It was just really good to watch them play at that level. So that's a good one. My favourite grand final of all time, I'm probably going to go with 2009 and the Saints Cats. I love rewatching that grand final. I think it's a
You could even
awesome
go to the Jordan grand final of 2010.
Oh, yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah.
Although the next week was such a fizz out that it was just a bummer.
You knew that...
And everyone saw it coming.
Yeah, you knew the Saints didn't have anything left in the tank. Best club to achieve absolutely nothing?
Yeah, only club to really achieve nothing.
Well, you got GWS and Gold Coast.
Oh, yeah, okay, and we've been better than them because we've gone for longer. All right, okay. Excellent.
What hurt you more, 2005, 2015? 2005. 2015, we shot ourselves in the foot. 2005, it's really interesting. 2005, we should have won. 2006, we should have lost.
Yeah, absolutely. It was funny the way that worked out.
But I suppose 2005 doesn't have as much pain about it because we got it the very next year.
Yeah, there's always that memory.
Even 2015 isn't that bad because we got it last year. So it's relatively close. 2015 was more embarrassing though because we just
didn't show up and where people thought you
we were a better team than Hawthorn.
Yeah, people really expected West Coast to show up.
We actually had the first scoring shot. We started well. And it was 6 behinds to 6 goals.
And I think when you get belted like that, it actually does hurt a little more than the close games because you're watching 4 quarters of nothing. That makes the game very interesting.
It does.
We're down to 7 points.
What hurt you more, Justin? 2013 or... Oh, wait.
2013.
That was also a game you should have won.
Well, that one actually did really sting because we just kicked ourselves out of it. Fremantle was put together a really good game, but
it's very interesting. The first two. No, the first premiership and the last premiership of Hawthorn's premiership years were premierships they should have lost.
Yeah, and the one in the middle, they were supreme.
Yeah.
You know,
and they should have lost that one as well. They were
actually,
underdogs.
Sydney were
they were underdogs in all 3 grand finals. I reckon.
Now, 2013 was tough because Fremantle actually played a decent game, but the sub out was what killed me midway through the third where they subbed on. I think Lachie Neale got subbed on.
What killed
Zach
Fremantle in the 2013 grand final was the fact that they couldn't actually kick a goal.
Yeah, it was
tough.
was
so inaccurate.
Fife's inaccurate first quarter sort of set the tone, and from there they were just doomed.
And they only ended up actually losing it by, 13 points? 13
points. Walters put together a phenomenal third quarter to bring them back within 5 points. And Pavlich was good. He just ran into 2 defenders that didn't care about any other forward.
Who's the greatest player to never win a premiership?
Oh, there's been some really good ones.
For me,
Nathan Buckley's up there.
For me, Robert Harvey.
Oh, yeah, Robert Harvey. Yeah, gotta be. He was dual Brownlow medalist.
Yeah.
Fantastic player. Transitioned into being a fantastic assistant coach.
Gary Ablett Senior. No, this was a really interesting thing. Again, this conversation came up on Reddit a couple of weeks ago. Who do you think is the best player out of these 4 players? Robert Harvey, Chris Judd, Gary Ablett Jr., or...
Not a bad behind.
I can't remember who the other one was. Adam Goods.
Oh, okay.
They're all dual Brownlow medalists. That was the conversation. Who would you take? Who would you pick as...
The first person I'd pick out of all of them would be Adam Goods because he can play at any position.
See, I would take Robert Harvey because he was at the peak of his career for 20 years.
Yeah, he was
he was one of the best players in the competition.
Start to finish of his career.
Even in his last year, he was still one of the best players in the competition.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That is an extraordinary... So if you want absolute top-end Brownlow level player for a long period of time... You can't go past Robert Harvey.
Although I would say none of those guys ever dipped significantly in their back end. But maybe Judd.
Yeah, I would think... Mind you, in Judd's last year, he was having a very good year until his ACL.
Even now, Gary Ablett Jr. has found a new position and a bit of new life.
He's playing well.
Adam Goods never really was bad, ever. I would take Goods just for the fact you can play him anywhere.
Who do you think is the quickest player you have ever seen?
Aaron Davey.
Probably, yeah.
Aaron Davey was lightning fast. And really, not just his speed.
He was very clean.
He was clean and, in a bad Melbourne side was for a lot of years. He was really good. I'm going to go with Aaron Davey on that one.
It's a 6-point game.
Yeah, it's that last behind has pushed it close. So what are we down to? 8.5 minutes to go.
Dangerfield or Cameron are pretty quick. Yes, they are.
Yeah.
I would think, although even if you'd taken those 2 players, Lewis Jetta, Cyril Rioli were quicker than those 2. I would still think Aaron Davey is quicker than those 2 again.
Yeah, I'd say, who would be the quickest player in the competition at the moment? Saad would be up there.
Saad would definitely be up there.
So...
Petruccelli.
Oh, Petruccelli, right, okay.
I think would probably be the quickest.
Yeah. But yeah, I would go Aaron Davey with the quickest in-game player.
Actually.
Yeah, when he gets motoring. Yeah, when he gets the chance to stride out the first few steps. Yeah.
I actually hope the Bombers win. Even though I tipped GWS, I hope the Bombers win because it means West Coast can jump up into 3rd.
See,
I would much rather West Coast in 3rd spot than in 4th spot and have to take on Geelong in finals.
Yeah, good point.
I'd still prefer West Coast to be in 2nd spot.
The Freo fan in me wants GWS to win, obviously, to just push Essendon down a little lower. But the Footy fan in me overall wants probably Essendon to get up. Because I like watching the upsets. So I see Cornelio's up to 31 touches. 26 for Hopper now.
Yeah, I'm happy with my fantasy. I've got 95 for Merritt.
Yeah.
Cornelio on 104, so that's a good start for me.
I think I put Cornelio as captain, I'm pretty sure. If not, it's Treloar, but I think I got rid of him. It's versing North's midfield. I didn't know what to expect.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I don't actually mind the... I think West Coast and the Bombers have had a healthy rivalry.
Yeah, they have.
Over the last decade.
Yeah. Obviously, fizzer, week was a bit of a fizzer, but, outside of that, their matches are traditionally good.
Bad bounce. The tempo in this game is...
If we had Stringer, we would be winning. I tend to agree. I think Stringer would have made a huge difference to the forward line tonight, with the form he was in pre-injury.
Yeah.
Oh, we've got an Essendon free.
I think it was a high tackle.
Yeah.
And this is Parrish.
So, this to tie what essentially 5 minutes of play ago we thought was a dead game.
Sloppy by Hopper.
Yeah, really bad.
Hopper,
yeah. I think...
I can't see the number.
Actually.
And I don't know the players well enough.
Thought maybe Haitley. Was it Haitley? I don't know. Have there been any
thank you,
drawn
Riley.
games?
We haven't seen the score yet. oh, it's level. What a surprise.
Excellent. Have there been any drawn games this year? No, I don't think so.
No, there haven't
No
been.
team's got a draw so far.
That
so
does leave this as a possibility.
potentially,
yeah.
I'm gonna quickly check the fantasy stats
Which still
on how we're
hurts.
doing.
It still hurts GWS if they get a draw.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
But it
They need
does-
wins, but
It does keep them a game clear above 5th.
yeah, that's true. Yeah.
See, I don't think the GWS have been quick this year. Historically,
Nah.
yes.
Yeah, like
Because you think of GWS and you think the
high
tsunami,
octane
the orange
pace,
tsunami,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
But they haven't played like that for a few years now.
No, they've changed a lot to sort
Well,
of suit the
they
personnel.
lost a lot of the players that were able to do that.
Yeah. Kept a lot of their really good inside midfielders while losing a fair bit of outside run at times, which meant that you couldn't be as quick, you know? Which is fair enough. I mean, the mids they kept were quality guys that you just don't give up on and you don't lose.
Most decorated player of the modern era, that's Gary Ablett Jr.
I would have thought maybe Lance Franklin.
No, Gary Ablett Jr. He's got like 3 MVPs, most valuable
Oh,
players,
okay, yeah, if we're talking, yeah, okay.
2 Brownlows,
Awards, yeah.
2 premierships.
Yeah, Gary Ablett Jr., yeah.
Maybe 2 coaches awards.
Yeah.
He's the most decorated modern player.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Giants are up.
Yeah, that was a bad one to let through. Bad one to let through.
It's going to be close finish. How much time is left in the game? It's got to be less than 5 minutes, though.
I think it's down to about that. 5.5 minutes.
5:30, yeah. So still
I would've
plenty of
said-
time.
I would have said Sam Mitchell. No, see, even then, Ronnie, I would have thought Luke Hodge is more decorated than Sam Mitchell.
2 Norm Smiths versus a Brownlow.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
And you got to
Yeah.
remember that Sam Mitchell is a premiership captain.
That's a good point. Yeah.
I mean, Hodge is a 3-time premiership captain, but Mitchell is still a premiership captain.
With a Brownlow, yeah.
Yes, you are watching on TV. You are about 30 seconds in front of us, guys. So that's a throw.
So at the final 30 seconds of the game, we're just going to not read your comments. Okay, here's Merritt. All right, well done.
All right.
This is dangerous.
Yeah, out
GWS
the back,
has
but it's
mopped
all
it up
GWS.
Why are they so...
No, that's
I mean,
that's all right.
he got it to the line, but did he intently get that to the line, or was he trying to keep that in?
No, you can see he's trying to keep that in.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Going to be a close game. Certainly is, Jay. You got to make it. You got to get it to your boot a little quicker and just get dangerous.
Pressure is right up. Neither
Really
team
good
wants to
game of
concede
football.
here.
Really good game of football with two teams who have a lot to play for at this point in the season. This is good to watch.
That's really slow by Shaw. That's a great duck out.
Yeah, that was well done.
That just opens the field up a bit, but Shield's onto it. He was not expecting the bounce there.
Yeah. This is okay. A stoppage might help free a little bit up here. Like, it's drawn out a little bit for Essendon.
It's more time off the clock for the Giants, though.
Yeah.
So this is playing into the Giants' hand. It's a bad tap by Mumford.
Oh, and here we go. Zaharakis.
Zaharakis.
Game 200.
He's missed.
No.
He's missed everything. He needed to kick it behind
just to score. Yeah.
He needed
Registering
at least
a score
behind.
would have, broke the possibility of a tie game.
Yeah, so Bell James is out.
Yeah.
Confirmed.
Yeah, long kick forward. Oh, that's a... No, that's a fair call by the umpire. It looked like a really good mark, but man in front also had hands on it.
Francis was very clever.
Yeah.
Oh, they spoiled each other, and that's to the line.
So Essendon really pressing. They just need to get a score on the board. Even a point here would help because you've still got 3.5 minutes to wrestle it back.
7-point play is what the Bombers need.
Yeah.
That's good.
Well,
that's great. Really good. Yeah, that's great.
Well done by Cameron to go and reel that in.
Now, the Bombers need to not zone here. They need to go man-on-man and not let the Giants control the footy. These little kicks here, the Bombers cannot afford because they don't have time. Like, there is still plenty of time, but they've got to shut them down. Such a high contest.
Yeah, and it's been hard for Essendon to score. You've got 65 points on the night. You can't, lock down.
You need to go man-on-man. You can't.
This is going to go long down the line, surely.
Zone here.
I haven't seen many long down the line kicks the whole game, have we? It just hasn't been
played. That's a great mark
like
by McKernan.
Yeah, well done.
And now
there's no one inside,
they're trying to be careful. That's a shocking kick.
I don't know.
It's a bad decision too.
Yeah, I don't know what the thought there is. You know, he's thinking, if I can get him on the chest, it may open things up a little bit. Never there.
Just take that out, yeah. This is playing into the Giants' hand.
Yeah,
and the Bombers have not handled this well.
After McKernan took that chop-off mark, he wanted to go inside, and the Giants just shut it down completely. So right now, it's completely on their terms.
Maybe high X, but the crowd looked half empty for most of this game anyway, so...
That's high. Okay, bit of luck. And that's going to be 50, is it?
No. No advantage.
Yeah. Oh, I thought it was a Giants player that gave it to the wrong Essendon player there.
Scrap, not spot. Yeah, I already read it, Mad Eye, but I'm not saying anything.
It's a good mark. Oh, here we go. Did the umpire call touched?
No.
Wow. Okay. What a game.
Yeah, someone... as long as a behind is scored here...
Yeah.
I mean, there's 2 minutes to go.
Whoever scores the behind should have enough time to lock it in.
I wouldn't even say next score wins because both teams are scoring still.
Yeah,
it's not like one team is doing all the scoring. This is it's a good night. It's a good Thursday night footy game.
Who's going to win? What's your prediction?
I still think GWS.
Yeah, I think they've got the more... I don't know, though. Essendon's been winning centre clearances, which makes me...
Yeah, but in saying that, they haven't been playing the right structures.
Yeah, good point. I think there's a bit of touch there, but there's not enough evidence. That was well done by McKay. You should have left it. Shield was right behind you.
Bruce thinks next goal wins. Well, that might not even be a goal. Next score wins,
next score could win easily. Oh.
Cornelio, another touch.
Both sides are going in super hard.
Yeah.
Super
Neither team
desperate.
wants to concede a score here.
That's a great tackle.
Yeah.
That's a great tackle.
That is touch. Do you see that?
Yeah. I mean, I like the call not to reverse it. There's not enough there to tell you it should be reversed. And if the field umpire
should be down right now, that goal was touched. I wouldn't say that's
I don't
conclusive.
know.
That's not conclusive. I wouldn't say they've got all the momentum.
Yeah, they're
Giants
struggling
kicked
to
the goal
win it out of the footy.
The Bombers.
Out of the middle.
And they don't have momentum. They scored a goal after the Giants scored a goal, after the Bombers scored the goal.
I'd say there's no momentum at all right now. I'd say it's completely deadlocked and one side's got to get lucky or we're looking at the first draw of the season. Well, Mumford's hurt himself.
Something happened. Might have gotten smacked in the face, I think.
Oh, that was great handball.
Yeah. And that's a great... I think
was-
that was amazing. He's pushed him off!
No way.
That's a great attack.
They're going to get a look in here. They're going to get a look in. You just need one score.
He's just... yeah, that's it. He's got the mark!
Oh, no way. Wow. Essendon's going to get a...
Okay, if he misses, there still is enough time.
I think even if he gets it, there's going to be enough time for GWS to have a look in.
To get a score.
To get a score.
Yeah, to get a shot. There's enough,
to get a shot.
There's enough time regardless of what happens here. Now, Hooker's going to take all the time that he's got. So there's going to be less than 30 seconds to get it from one side of the game. If he was smart, he'd only kick it behind here and not a goal.
Yeah.
Because the Giants have 20 seconds to get to the other side of the ground.
Yeah.
Now they only have half the ground to traverse.
Although he does...
But he doesn't know
he does
how much
ensure,
time is...
I think he does ensure that there's no 7-point play that's going to happen. They get... At
There
worst,
is-
they don't lose from here, I don't think.
But I think best chance of winning is score behind.
Yeah.
But he doesn't know how much time is left on the clock, obviously.
Yeah, good point.
So, because there's no runners. If there was a runner out there...
Yeah. Wow. What a game. Yeah, what a comeback. Yeah, I mean, totally went the opposite way of what ourselves and Hayek's predicted that the Giants would pull away.
Well, you mentioned before, the Giants are a very poor
Yeah,
last quarter performing
they're not
side.
good in the fourth. And that...
No clearance.
Oh,
They're not... They're on the run.
where's Cameron?
Is there a mark?
There's going to be... No.
Do you think there'd be maybe a free? It's 5 seconds. Shot on goal. It's missed.
He's missed a lot.
That's going to haunt Kelly.
Oh, wow. They came so close. Nearly got it.
That shakes up. That shakes things up for the ladder.
That's huge. That's huge.
That might not
It's a big
shake things
result.
up this week, but
Yeah,
that shakes
down the
things up
stretch.
down the stretch. Yeah, that's right.
That's a really, really crucial win for Essendon. And what a way to bounce back from a fizzer last week to...
They weren't even playing that way. Like, the Giants had 5 more scoring shots.
Yeah. Wow. That's just a spectacular game of football.
So that happened. Yeah, that's...
Wow. Again reaffirms the fact that GWS aren't... They're not
I'm very
a
interested
genuine
to know
threat.
what the crowd numbers are in this game.
Yeah, that'll be very good.
Very interested to know.
But yeah, for mine, that just reaffirms GWS just aren't beating good sides. They're beating average sides. This to me just sort of the question marks are going to be seriously surrounding them moving forward after this
Yeah, but
loss.
you can't say... I mean, you say that GWS have been beating average sides, but Essendon are an average side.
Yeah, that's
this
true.
year.
Yeah, and they've just lost to them. Yeah,
Like, their best is... Yeah, best in competition sort of level.
yeah.
But their worst, which is predominantly
Huge
what they
gap
play.
between it.
Yeah. They're not consistent enough to play good finals.
Yeah, and they've got a tough run home, GWS, I think.
No worries, Jay. Have a good night.
Yeah, thanks for joining us,
We're
mate.
still on the road to the finals. You are still in contention for the finals, and
Yes.
you needed to win this game.
You
to be in
certainly
contention for the
are,
finals.
Bomber. That was a massive result for your finals aspirations.
So, what does this mean? What does this loss mean for the Giants?
Well, what we were just talking about, the question marks still surround them. Yeah, they're still, top 8 material, but they're just nowhere near taking the next step to being... I don't think they're top 4 material after a loss like this.
Well, who takes their top 4 spot?
Well, who's the one knocking on the door? I mean, I suppose they could be top 4 material, but the 3 sides above them in West Coast, Collingwood, Geelong...
Well, West Coast isn't above them
firmly-
yet. They have to beat Hawthorn.
No, sorry. In when we talk about genuine contenders, I think of those 3.
Yeah.
Being I don't know. It keeps them in the rat race. Again, it further enshrouds them with mystery. I don't
See you, Ronnie.
Yeah, thanks for joining, Ronnie. But yeah, no, I don't know. even what GWS are. I gave them a B in the mid-season rankings because I was just like, I don't know. I just don't know. What do you...
Well, mid-season, they were probably ranking at about a B.
Yeah.
This is the first game after the bye.
And so that gives me a B- for them now. I think it's a bad loss.
What's this do for Essendon? Do you think they can make finals?
They need to show again next week. I don't know who they play.
I still think they miss finals.
I tend to think that too.
But and it's only because they're not consistent enough to get to finals.
Yeah.
But in saying that, this definitely... they will definitely shape the finals.
Yeah, they will definitely be a big say in what happens in that top 8. I don't think it takes them straight into, they're good enough to play finals sort of territory. But it puts them around the mark, yeah.
I'm so confused. Who's leaving and who's staying?
Okay, Ronnie's not good. Thanks for staying.
We're still here. We're still going to be going through the rest of the games.
Yeah.
And then we'll probably finish up there. So,
yeah. I mean, I suppose in terms of that, I should
Bomber thought we were leaving? No. We're still here. We'll probably still be here for about 20 to 30 minutes. We'll still be here. So.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hey, Zach.
You're going to bed super late, are you? No. Give me a kiss. No. Good night, buddy.
No.
Have a good sleep, all right?
No.
See you later, buddy.
I think we may hit top 8 Collingwood in round 23 as a problem. It is, yes.
Yeah, that could be a big game. And have a lot of sway on things.
Yeah, everybody's confused in the chat. Let's all just say and agree that we're staying here.
Yeah, we're all sticking around. Just everyone, if you're indecisive, stick around.
Jay was the one that was leaving, and I was saying bye to Jay.
Yeah.
Yeah, who did the Bombers have in the run home?
Well, I'm just interested to know who they've got next week, and I know that is Sydney next week. At home.
In Sydney?
No, at the MCG.
That's a good... Because I do think that Sydney are a better team.
Yeah, although at the MCG, do I think they're a better team? I don't
still
know.
think so,
Yeah,
yeah.
It may be. And then after that, they've got North.
But it depends on which of both sides rock up.
Yeah,
which is not a confidence inducing statement to make.
Well, after Sydney, they've got North Melbourne, and then after that, they travel to play Adelaide. So if they can go 2 out of 3 in that would help.
I'm not confident in any of those games.
No, I think there's a big chance they go 0-3.
They could go 0-3. They could go 1-3. They could be 2-3. I'm not confident in either of those games. But in saying that, I don't think they're out of any of those games.
No.
Except
which they showed
probably the
tonight.
Crows one.
The Crows one when they have to travel.
Yeah, I would think that they're probably out of that one. Essendon move up into 9th position. They've got the best percentage of anyone that is in their position, actually.
Yes.
Yeah, but do they stay there? Who do Richmond play this week?
Richmond have got...
Well, actually, we'll go through that in a second anyway.
Okay,
So.
all right, yeah. Yeah, I'm really interested to see what this does for the Bombers moving forward. Confidence and momentum-wise. Standing-wise, we know where they are and the numbers and everything.
Yeah.
But they're not a team that's really been able to carry momentum on week to week, which, again, makes me not confident about them versing Sydney
I think
North.
they carry momentum for about 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And then they have a losing momentum for about 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah, and they really drop off.
They're very much a momentum side.
Which will be interesting to see what this
good
game...
or bad.
Which makes it very interesting to see what this game does to them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, indeed.
Well,
I suppose should we go through the rest of the games?
Yeah, let's go. Let's go Friday night footy. Who's playing Friday night footy?
We have the Geelong Cats hosting the Adelaide
Who gets
Crows.
the 3-2-1 votes? Actually, yeah, that's a good point. Alex. Thank you for bringing that up. Who gets the 3-2-1 votes?
Oh, it's tough. It's tough. I'm going to say. Okay, how did we do this last week? We had a system for this last week.
We went 1 vote, 2 vote, and then 3 vote.
Yeah,
we had our own. We had our own sort of thing. So
I'm going to give my 1 vote I think I'll give my one vote probably to... So I'm tempted to give it to Kale Hooker, but I don't know if numbers stack up for him or...
No, I don't think he had a particularly great game compared to last week. Anyway, he had 15 touches.
I think I'll give one vote to Josh Kelly. Josh Kelly had a big game still, I think.
So Josh Kelly had 1 goal, 2 behinds, 28 disposals, 6 marks, 5 tackles. So he didn't have a bad game.
I'll go with Josh Kelly, 1 vote.
Right.
Who's your 1 vote?
My 1 vote would probably be... Heppel.
Okay. He did have a lot of say.
He had a much better impact this game.
Yeah, he did.
Feel,
his numbers are actually down from the West Coast game, but he's played way better.
I felt he was a starting link in a lot of chains from this game. He was much more contested this game than he was last week. He started a lot of their forward chains.
Yes, yes, he did.
I felt. And his stats reflect that in the terms of he had 12 kicks and 11 hand passes, so he was very even in distributing the ball going forward.
Yeah,
and getting the ball off. Sheila Michael Hurley. I don't think Michael Hurley had a great game this week. He had a shocker last week. It was better this week, but
Jeremy Cameron still looked really dangerous when he was on Michael Hurley.
Kind of.
I don't know.
But that's my 1 vote is Heppel.
I'm going to give my second to Zach Merritt.
Yep.
Led Essendon for most of the night, leads them in disposals there at 28. You know, took a fair amount of marks with 6 marks. I thought he was important when they needed him to be, so I'm going to give 2 to Zach Merritt.
Yep. My 2 would probably go to Williams.
Zach
Williams.
Okay.
I think he had a lot of drive out of the back line for the Giants. I found that he ran himself into too much trouble at times, but he was a real big driving force for the Giants out of the back line. He was much better. He was a much bigger driving force out of the back line than what Saad was. Or who's the Irishman?
McKenna.
McKenna. Or even Tip and Woody, who sometimes comes out of the back. I felt like he was the real driving force out of the back line for either team. He created a lot, and he was probably one of the biggest reasons why the Giants were coming out of the back line as fluid as they were in the first 3 quarters.
So that's your 2?
That's my 2.
I think we're probably unanimous on the 3.
Unanimous on the 3.
In the best player on the losing team, I'm going to give mine to Stephen Cornelio.
Yeah, Cornelio for me as well. I think he was very clearly the best player on the ground.
Yes, sublime above the rest. Unfortunate that his team didn't get the win, but
and saying that I don't necessarily agree that the team that wins has to have the best player.
No, not at all.
On the ground.
Which, I'm going to go Cornelio because I just thought he was head and shoulders above the rest of the players.
He was definitely the best player on the ground.
Yeah.
Tipper having the best season? Yes, I do think that Tipper is having the best season of his career. He's having the most influential season of his career.
I think he's enjoying having some stability into where he is too.
Zach Merritt had a lot of stats. I will agree.
Yeah.
But I never found him to be impactful compared to, say, Heppel.
I thought the last play there where they got that goal was sort of atypical of it, where he was able to just win some footy and pump it forward.
But I didn't think that he was a part of that many scoring change this game.
Yeah.
He was a part of and a part of the contest a fair bit of the time, but he was more on the outside than he was on the inside. And I don't feel that he was as effective as what he would be on the inside.
It's a super tough game to grade players 3-2-1. I mean, Cornelio gets out 3, but
especially
outside of that,
it's such a close game. Yeah.
The players who got numbers weren't necessarily the players that impacted. Like I thought McKernan had good impact, but he didn't have numbers.
McKernan was probably 4th best on me for me.
Yeah, like he was super. I thought he was really
a great
good.
Outlet.
Even Heppel only got 23 touches. Yeah, we're talking about him as potential vote getter because he was really impactful. Saad had good impact when he had the footy, but didn't get that much of it.
Dylan Shield had a pretty impactful game, I felt. He was very good at breaking the lines, definitely.
Yeah.
It is. In such a close game.
Yeah, it's really hard to give out votes.
But very clearly, Cornelio's best on ground.
Yeah.
I think it's Cornelio, Daylight, then
a pack of maybe 4 or 5 guys that you can just chuck in.
each side. That you could probably squeeze in there.
Yeah. Shall we mosey on through the games here?
We'll go through the games. That's our 3-2-1. So just to recap, 3-2-1, 3 votes for Cornelio for the both of us.
Yeah.
2 votes to Williams for me, and
Merritt for me, got my 2. Yeah.
And Heppel, 1 vote for me.
I got Kelly with 1 vote.
Yeah.
So we move on to Friday night at GMHBA Stadium between Geelong and Adelaide.
Yep.
Really good, another interesting game for implications on top 8 spots.
Yeah, definitely. Top 4 spots, really, for both teams. Because if Geelong lose this, then it opens the door to Collingwood.
Well, Collingwood could equal the record with them, but not go above them on percentage. No.
But it does bring Geelong back to the pack.
Yeah, it does. It really cuts them back. Because 2 consecutive losses, they had a 2-game gap.
Now,
brings them straight back.
Last week we were saying, and I was saying too, that Geelong are the worst team coming off a bye. However, they are the best team coming off of the game after the bye.
Really? Jesus.
So
what a stat.
I don't think they've lost a game after the game after the bye.
Okay. Which they're not traditionally a team that's going to lose 2 games in a row anyway.
No, traditionally, if they lose a game, they come out and they smack a team.
And that's exactly why I'm going to back them in to beat everyone's Crows on here with all our Crows fans circling in our chat.
I think it's going to be Geelong in a big win.
I think Geelong's too powerful to run for the Crows to run with on that. I really do. I don't. I think big games maybe from people like Duncan could really help here.
As Matt puts, Crows have no Yeoman, they have no Lynch, they have no Miller. And all 3 are very big linchpins in their team.
They've also lost Jenkins.
Yes, and Jenkins as well. So,
which will allow...
Those are massive losses.
It will allow Geelong's defence to really put the clamps on Tex Walker, I think.
Well, Himmelberg will come back in, I think.
And he was serviceable. He was beyond serviceable. He put together some good games. So we'll see how he goes. They got Ben Davis on debut, so that's a bit of an unknown. Who knows? But Cats for me.
Yeah, Cats for me. In probably a big win.
Yeah, probably dominant fashion. Yeah. I would agree with that. Next up, first game on Saturday is your boys travelling to the G to take on Hawthorn. The return of Nick Natanui. That's got you smiling. Also, the return of Willie Rioli should have you smiling.
Yes, and Jared Cameron stays in the team.
Yeah, which I thought was good.
Which I'm happy for.
I think if you had to drop one of him or Petrocelli, it had to be Petrocelli.
Petrocelli needs a rest.
Yeah, which was unlucky. He hasn't been terrible.
No, but he hasn't been great the last few weeks. And having a rest is probably a good thing for him.
Yeah, I agree. So
West Coast for me. The MCG holds no fears for West Coast anymore.
No, and that mentally gives them a big boost.
Yeah.
And also, I just think Hawthorn, as close as they got to Sydney last week, are playing bad football. I don't like the style of footy they're bringing.
Typically, they go from one week playing good footy to the next week playing bad footy.
Yeah.
Now, if they played good footy last week, it probably backs them up to playing a bad game.
West Coast is now also entering a stretch of the season that's very important for them to consolidate themselves as top 4. No more sort of floundering. And if they are genuine, they're going to put Hawthorn not to the sword, but maybe to a 4 or 5 goal
This
win.
Could be a percentage booster for West Coast.
Yeah.
Especially
rock up with the right
with the
attitude.
Nick Nat coming back in. Teams don't know how to play West Coast with Nick Nat in, considering he hasn't been in the team for 11 months.
Yeah.
And West Coast are going to be much more proactive in the midfield.
Yeah.
Which then, especially, we haven't seen West Coast with the 6-6-6 rule. And I think the 6-6-6 rule benefits West Coast the most with Natanui in the middle.
With Natanui in the team. With him out, I actually think it hampers them a little, but when you put him in the middle, he makes such a difference that it changes their mentality. Like we said before, it changes them to attacking. So, you guys should do more streams.
We do streams every week, Mad Eye. However, we don't do streams on the games every week. Every Thursday night game. Every Thursday night we do a stream. We do actually do a show called Footy Rivals. It goes for about an hour. We say it goes for an hour. It actually goes for about an hour and a half.
Because we talk too much.
Well, we go through the games, every single game, in much more depth than what we're doing now.
Yeah, and we also discuss the news topics of the week. And,
Yeah.
just run through the footy world.
But
really.
Thursday night footy games, we will do the watch parties and
Yes,
stuff,
absolutely.
which is good.
Which has been a lot of fun over the past 3 weeks.
Win. But yeah, West Coast for me.
Yeah, West Coast for mine as well. So the next game, we're down in Sydney at the SCG, where the Swans are hosting Gold Coast. Gold Coast are unfortunately running into the Swans at the wrong time of the season because the Swans are in pretty good nick now.
Yeah, you could have
But
said
they
that
lost
last year. You could have said that last year, and
yeah.
Gold Coast ran over the top of them in a big way.
Oh, did they? I don't even remember.
Gold Coast
Wow.
smacked them at the
Oh,
SCG
they
last
did
year.
too, yeah. Okay, and the Swans have lost Buddy.
But in saying that, I do still think the Swans will get up.
I'll back Sydney because I actually enjoyed the brand of
Swans
footy they
without
played
Buddy.
against Hawthorn.
And they're without Sinclair.
Oh, yeah, okay. So
And
who's
that changes a lot
so
of
who's
things.
rucking for them? Because Sam Reid's got to play forward.
I would think Naismith comes in.
Is he not been injured then? He's been
not been
playing
in.
in the twos?
He's just been...
They just want to play one ruckman, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's not too bad. I actually kind of like Naismith. I don't think he's a terrible
No,
replacement.
Naismith
for him.
should be playing, but for
Yeah.
whatever reason, he's been on the ardo at Sydney.
Yeah, so I'm going to go with the Swans too, but danger game. Danger game. A game the Swans really need to win because their finals hopes are
Definitely,
back
but I
alive.
do think the Swans do win, and they do continue their trek to finals footy.
Yeah, like they're pushing it. I mean, when we started these shows, even like a month ago, we were even taking into account what Sydney did last year and still saying that they weren't a finals contender.
Yeah.
And now we're sitting here going like,
Perhaps
they are.
On Monday, I came out with a video for my sort of reflection of the buys. And I said, unfortunate to you, that I think the top 8 are set, but I think Sydney come in at the cost of Fremantle.
that's very possible. With the way
only because of Fremantle's key position players that
being
have
so
dropped.
injured, it's really that's
Sinclair
a good call.
is
probably.
playing. That's interesting. Even if he's playing, I don't think he'll play well coming off of a bad
The
concussion.
knock that he copped.
A bad concussion he had. So,
yeah, okay. Again, if you're new to the stream, we generally study the teams a little bit.
yeah, we haven't had a chance to. Normally,
But coming into
we
the
do
watch
go-
party, and it was an early game, so it was tough for us. As you can see, I'm
but for
still
the
in my work gear.
Swans for both of us.
Yes, Swans for both of us. We move on. We're at Marvel Stadium for one of Collingwood's weird home games at Marvel Stadium.
Yes.
Where they take on North Melbourne. Now, Collingwood not very impressive last week at all.
No. They haven't. They actually
Nothing-
haven't been impressive over the last month.
No, not since. I mean, who did they play before they lost to Fremantle? I
I
can't
couldn't
remember,
tell
but
you
I
off the top
don't
of
know if they played well in that game either.
No, they haven't played well for the last month. They've been getting
Yeah.
over the line,
Yeah.
and they've basically been close to, if not losing, up until 3/4 time.
Yeah.
and then they blow team out of the water in the last quarter.
Yeah.
I think maybe Carlton.
I think it was,
Before
and they
Freo.
blew them out in the last quarter.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Collingwood in this game because I don't actually even really know why, because
Yeah,
North are
I'm not sure.
they're a really big chance to actually do it. But I'm gonna stick with the Pies. I'm just basing it on firepower.
This
I'm
is
just gonna base it
a
on
danger
firepower.
game
Yeah.
for them because North Melbourne are playing good footy.
And I wouldn't
They've
put it
been playing
past
very good
this
footy.
game to be the game that they lose that then wakes up the Pies, maybe. I don't know. But I'm just going to base this on firepower. And I'm going to say, again, close, but they fall over the line because they've got guys like Brodie Grundy in their team.
Yeah, Brodie Grundy has been carrying this team
Yeah.
for the last month,
Which
at the
is
very least.
such a weird thing to say given the other names they have in the team, but yeah.
This is a very dangerous game. I wouldn't put it
Yeah.
past North actually getting up on this game because they have been playing very good, very solid, whereas the Pies have been very shaky. If North take control, they probably blow Collingwood out of the water.
I think if North are going to win, that could be the way it goes.
Yeah. If it's a close game, Collingwood will
Yeah.
get up.
Yeah.
But if it's a North win, they win by 20 to 30 plus.
Did North lose anyone in the week? I didn't actually see North's ins and outs. But...
I haven't seen.
they
any,
lost Garner because he was involved in that pub fight.
Yeah, I haven't seen any ins or outs. No, they didn't lose Garner. He was named.
Oh, he was named. I thought he was banished to the VFL. That was what I read.
Well, I saw in my dream team when I was doing trades after 420, after the teams were named, he had a green light on him.
Okay.
So
All right. Interesting. Because I read a report that he was banished to the VFL, but maybe a bit of fake news. Anyways, I'm going to stick with the Pies.
Umpires won that game for you tonight, Bomber. High X.
No, I thought that was fine umpiring. I didn't see any calls.
It's probably one of the best umpired games I've seen this year.
Yeah.
Pies for me, but I'm reserved on that call, yeah.
We mosey on to the next game, the final Saturday game, the Saturday night game, where the Port Adelaide Power, coming off a win over Geelong, take on the Western Bulldogs, coming off a close game against Collingwood. Sort of an interesting one.
Yeah, but the Power at home.
Yeah, that's
what's the Power for me.
That's what's going to do it. Yeah. But I wouldn't put it past the Dogs to continue pushing. It just depends what Dogs uniform rocks up.
Oh, high X, don't start that.
No, free kick counts don't matter.
Free kick counts literally mean nothing.
They don't. Yeah, it's the weirdest thing to try and judge.
Power for me.
Power for mine.
A big win too. Percentage booster for me.
Their midfield is too powerful.
Their spots all over the ground. I told you that's Charlie Dixon. Changes his team,
and he did.
He really did.
Boy, did he ever! He was monumental. Actually, I forgot about Dixon. So power by a fair way for mine.
And he monsters the Bulldogs.
They've got no one to touch him.
Yeah,
no one to touch him.
Power and a big win for me. I'm running out of battery on my phone.
Jeez. Okay, well, let's get through these quickly, or let's plug it in.
Let's just grab this thingy. Okay. Big long cord. Awesome.
I'm going to go with the Power, having a decent win. So we move on. Sunday games. First Sunday game this week.
No, I agree. Dogs aren't playing badly.
No, they didn't play bad last week.
I think the matchups
is really in Port's favour.
Yeah, really in Port's favour. At Port's home ground as well. Doesn't bode well for the
Whereas
Dogs.
the matchups last week for the Dogs against Pies, not that bad. Not that bad for them. But the matchups against Port, not great. So first Sunday game of the round, St Kilda takes on Richmond at Marvel. 11th versus 10th. Richmond need to win to keep the finals hopes alive, and it's actually kind of close.
Are a good chance of this. The Saints, even though they are rocking up with half a team every week, really. How did you view Hanbury's game?
Fine. 27 touches,
I reckon
6
he was
tackles.
their best player on ground.
Yeah, he was really good.
He was so good. I brought him into my team this week.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he looked renewed. He looked like he actually was healthy for the first time.
Which
in a while.
Was a far shadow of the player that he was
in his later years at Sydney.
So the rest has definitely done him some good.
I actually really admired the Saints' first half against Brisbane last week. I thought they put in a good performance. They just faded monumentally. They lose Dean Kent for this season now, and he's actually been quite good for them this year, but it's not going to be team-defining to lose Dean Kent.
No, you could say it was team-defining to lose any of their players that they had lost, their key position players that they had lost, and yet they've been ticking away pretty confidently.
Billings needs to have a big game for them to win this game, I think.
I actually think the Saints get up in this game.
I'm going to back Richmond. Not confidently, but only because I feel like the Saints winning...
When does Rewalt come back in? He's got to.
I think he's
got to
like
be
2 weeks away. 2 weeks away, or something like that. But the Saints winning doesn't threaten the 8. Like Richmond need to win to still be part of threatening the 8. I don't think
Richmond make the 8 though.
So I'm going to go with Richmond because I think they're going to be desperate. And are they coming out of their bye, Richmond? Did they play last week? Or I think they might be coming out of their bye.
I think their bye was last week.
So I'm gonna back the Tigers, but this could really go either way.
Yeah, I think the Saints. I think the Saints.
Yeah,
this week.
Okay. Next up, we're in Queensland at the Gabba, where Brisbane takes on Melbourne.
Yeah, this is an easy Brisbane win for me.
This is Brisbane. Melbourne played okay last week, but the game just completely changed when Jesse Hogan got injured.
Yeah, there's a comment here that I just want to address. Sorry, Mad-Eye reckons that Richmond are having a poor year because of their injuries, and I couldn't disagree with you more. Injuries are not what is causing Richmond to lose. It is their structures.
Yeah, they don't look coordinated at all.
No.
Although they do look young, I'll give them that. Structure can come with youth, like poor structure can come with youth not knowing what to do, and they've got a lot of young kids in there at the moment. But I'm not excusing, the fact that their structure is bad.
Yeah, because teams in other years have had big injuries to very key players and still played very well.
Yeah.
If that's what's Richmond are hanging their hats on because they're not playing well because of injuries, then it doesn't make a balanced team, and that doesn't bode well for Richmond.
No, not at all. Brisbane, Melbourne though.
Brisbane for me.
I'm going to
Melbourne are playing very well, and they are playing very well. They're playing about as well as what they have been.
I don't want to discredit Melbourne, but that game last week flipped on its head when Jesse Hogan went out. Jesse Hogan plays that whole game. Fremantle have someone to kick to in the forward line. Fremantle looks a whole different team. I actually went into the game. I didn't know how important Hogan was to Fremantle structure. When he went out, it just looked like I was watching last year's Freo.
Yeah.
Like, I just was disgusted, which makes me really apprehensive that they're going to go with Cox McCarthy this week.
Well, their tall was Cox, right?
Yeah.
But Cox is a lead-up forward. He's not a pack mark forward what Hogan can be.
And even then, I thought he put in some efforts that were just too questionable after that. And I don't want to discredit Melbourne because their win was good. They were tough and they deserved it. But Hogan went out of that game. And
Brisbane are coming off a very big win.
Yeah, comfortable
in Melbourne,
too.
Where they're not very good.
Now they go home.
They're very good at home.
Yeah. Brisbane.
Brisbane for me. And I think it's probably going to be about a 30, 40 plus win.
Yeah.
Steph Martin is an underrated ruckman as well.
And has been for a long time.
Yeah. He had one, maybe 2 good years that brought him into sort of people's forefront with fantasy. That was in around about 2014, maybe.
Yeah.
He's a very underrated ruckman, and he does have the tank to go with Max Gawn and nullify Max
He's
Gawn.
done quite well on Gawn in the past, I believe.
Because he's got the tank to run around with him, and he's got a bigger body than what Gawn does, I think.
Yeah, you can sort of push him around while still running around with him for 4 quarters. It makes it tough. So Brisbane for mine, Brisbane for you. We move on to the final game of the round. We're in Perth for Fremantle taking on Carlton.
Yep.
Both sides really injured. They're not going to go in at full strength. Carlton lost Harry McKay and Paddy Cripps, so they're really hurt. Fremantle's going to be without Hogan and I think there was someone else. Stephen Hill.
If you had told me that Paddy Cripps was playing this game,
I think Carlton are a shot.
Carlton are a very good chance.
Yeah.
But with no Paddy Cripps, no Cripps, no Carlton.
And I just think no Cripps means Fife runs an absolute muck. I don't think there's anyone in that team that can run or check Nat Fife. So I'm going to go with...
I didn't say Steph Martin for underrated player in the comp because he's clearly underrated to the point that I didn't think of him. That kind of really makes sense, doesn't it?
Look, I'm going to agree with
Freo
Matt. Freo easy because, I don't think anyone checks Nat Fife. I don't think Walters will have a massive game, but I don't think anyone will touch him.
Ed Curnow is in the middle, which is where he should be, he tags Nat Fife.
And may do enough of a job to corral Nat Fife a little, but I think that would in turn just let so many other players step up for Freo. The travel thing is what's getting me here when they don't have Paddy Cripps. I don't think they're going to travel well without their captain.
If they had Cripps, then I would have given them a chance, like a really serious chance.
I would have considered
an upset here.
Just for Fremantle's forward line is literally what it looks like last year. Yeah. So I don't know how that's going to operate.
No Cripps changes things. Though.
Yeah.
They lose that bull to go against Fife. Fife
would have been an epic head-to-head duel too.
Yeah, and I don't see anyone stepping up to take that role either.
No, I don't think anyone's ready to even come close to stepping up to taking that role.
Yeah, this could be an ugly loss for Carlton.
Yeah. Especially with McKay gone as well. McKay gone hurts them.
As how well Freo's forward line is functioning without
it definitely does.
Tools.
I mean, because Fremantle, if they can't put a score on the board, is going to keep Carlton within a sniff, and that might be all they need. However, without McKay as well for Carlton, they lose a big target in the air. Meaning guys like Griffin Logan, Joel Hamling can sort of maybe take advantage of that a lot. Griffin Logue's had a really good 2 weeks.
Yeah. Although,
so-
in saying that, you still do have McGovern, you still do have
Curnow and McGovern.
Curnow.
So there's
and
still a fair
Curnow's
bit.
playing a much freer game.
Yeah, he's been very dangerous
Yeah,
since
and
Teague took over.
his tank is a worry for the likes
Yeah.
of Hamling and Logue as well.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
that's it.
Freo for me as well.
Yeah, I'll go Freo, substantially without Patrick Cripps in that side. So, I think that's us. We've gone through the games. We've made our tips. We've sat through what was an absolutely cracking, epic game of football.
Yeah. Now, High X, certainties this week. I'm actually going to say no certainties this week, only because we still haven't done my punishment.
Yeah, we've got to hold off here.
Next week will be when I do my punishment. And as well as we're going back to our normal Footy Rivals programming.
Yes.
Where we're going more in depth and everything to be able to actually...
Yeah, it makes
Make
us hard
more
to sort of
educated
address the
calls.
tips and, educated calls that are uneducated.
As well
for me.
as it gets my punishment out of the way as well. We still
Yeah.
haven't managed to actually get the cinnamon to be able to do the cinnamon challenge as a punishment.
Yeah.
Which is why it wasn't done tonight.
Also, new guys, if you're new to that concept, because I've noticed a few guys that are new, each week we'll go through, each week that we actually do our regular program, we'll go through the 50-50 games, and each of us will make a certainty on someone who we think might win the 50-50 games.
Will win. That's the point of
Will
the
win,
certainty.
yeah.
And if we get it wrong, then there's a punishment that we have to do for the next week's programming.
Yeah.
But if we get it right, we get bragging rights.
Exactly.
If you haven't checked it out, if you haven't looked in the description as well, make sure you join our Discord, because the weekends that we do the certainties are especially
hilarious,
entertaining
when the games are
in
going
the Discord chats, because there's
there's always people. There's the small group of people that just want to nitpick on them. And it's been very painful for the both of us.
Make sure you check out the videos that we upload on a weekly basis. I am bringing back the power rankings next week. I didn't do it this week because we didn't have a full round. It's coming off the buys and everything. I didn't want to do it. After this weekend, we have a full week worth of games to be able to go through and do some power rankings, as well as our normal reaction videos that I do on the Mondays. And we are back to our normal programming of Footy Rivals on Thursday. That will start 7 o'clock Western Standard Time, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, or 8:30 in South Australia, which is where you guys mostly are. So make sure you subscribe, ring the bell to get the notification when we do go live for that programming.
It's been super good, actually, the past 3 weeks going through the watch parties. It's a bit of a bummer that they're ending. They've been really fun. But I'm sure
hopefully we will,
with the Derby, we could maybe create something special, potentially.
It's hard determining as to whether I get the night off or not.
Yeah,
So
also,
I will try and
my
do
own
that.
work. We're always juggling things like that. But I'm sure we'll come up with something special, even if it's not a watch party. There'll be something going on. Join the Discord and we'll blast each other there. But yeah, so
thank you very much for joining us, guys, and thank you very much to the newcomers that came in this week. It's been absolutely fantastic,
super enjoyable.
That's us for this week, and we look forward to seeing you next week.
We will see you then. So far, this has been your AFL Access.
See ya.